now listening to the Sunday Morning Breakfast Radio Show.
Good morning. It's the Sunday Morning Breakfast Radio Show. Coming to you live from a basement and everybody else in the cabin. The number to call in, 516-900-2278. We are the Weekend Review Show, and we do this every Sunday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Facebook Live and YouTube Live. We have the usual suspects in studio and not in studio. Bino is here. Bino, how are you doing, sir?
I'm good. How's everybody doing?
Doing well. We also have Crystal, say hello, Crystal.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
So, by the way, you decided to wear the mommy wear. Mummy wear. Where you have the what we call in Haiti a mouchoir, which is basically a piece of cloth that covers your hair while you sleep. And you decided to hit me with a slipper.
Give a backstory. See, because you don't give backstories. You stole my drink.
Nobody stole anything. Nobody stole anything.
Give me all the strength in the world this morning. You stole my drink and then wanted to know what was in the drink, and I told you. You asked me what it was, and I said it was mine.
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Then you proceeded to go around the room with my drink.
Okay.
And the only way I was gonna get it back is when I took off my Birkenstock and beat you with it.
All right, so Bino, how was your week, sir?
Oh, yeah, it was good, man.
Thank
No
you.
Birkenstocks involved, you know what I mean?
Right, and I have my drink back.
Yeah, whatever.
First off, shout out to Robert Jones. He said, U-Haul must love you guys. Yes, we move around a lot. You know what I mean?
What?
We're a podcast that's on the run from the fucking wall.
And I guess somebody didn't see the show last week. So
I guess not, yo. Yes.
Good job.
We went through this last week, yes. We moved to a new studio here.
Yes.
It's nice, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You should catch us while we're here.
Yeah. How long we have until we have to move to another one?
August. Yeah.
Exactly. No, but you know what? And every time we find a new place, it just so happens there's a Dunkin' Donuts, which we desperately need. I don't know what we would do if you didn't have a Dunkin' Donuts by us.
Oh, tell me about it.
Thank God. And we need like a convenience store, which you said where it had the thick bulletproof glass.
Bro.
That means it's a good one.
Yo.
Yeah.
Did they have the cap on top of the bread?
No cap. But
No,
here's
no
the thing,
cap,
right?
no.
So you had to put the money underneath the glass or whatever, but like he can't
Compton.
scan the items. So like he's looking at the items. How many do you have? And you know me, only 3. Wink, wink. So, but dude has to hand you the bags, and you have to bag your own shit. It's crazy.
Right, yeah. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
In the middle of the day?
In the middle of the day. You win
That
some,
middle
lose
of the
some.
day, it's like morning.
See, even last week we discovered, so we like to, me and Crystal in particular, we like to take our pictures near the graffiti and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So, the old place had the crazy graffiti,
Every couple weeks they had new,
and they would refresh the graffiti. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? That's how you know it's gentrification graffiti.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes. It's legal
Over here.
graffiti.
You see
It's
people
legal.
in a day spray painting
Yeah,
it.
over
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, it's legal graffiti.
It's
pretty
just
much.
chipping everywhere.
Over here, you could tell the graffiti's a little older.
Yeah.
And the amount of dog shit on the floor was incredible.
We was over there ducking
Oh,
dog
I
shit.
was bitter. I backed up, and the Jays hits a piece of it. I was like, oh, hell no.
I turned around after my mini photo shoot, and I see him over there banging his shoe.
You see me fainting like, oh, Jesus. Not the Jays. But, we made it through.
Yes, absolutely.
You win some, you lose some. You know what I mean? Speaking of losing some,
Yeah.
boy should be here any
Yeah,
minute. Yes?
everybody hurts. Yes. Right. Where is he? I don't know if he's yeah.
Wherever he is.
Wherever he is,
there's
yeah.
a nice long story / excuse.
Yes.
Listen,
along
let me
with
tell
it.
you, today's the first time in a very long time I got here early, and everybody was quite surprised.
No, not surprised, shocked.
Yeah.
Shocked.
There go Bino with the fainting again. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Shocked. So today is Summer Jam as well. So shout out to everybody who's heading out to Summer Jam.
And it's raining. Every year, Summer Jam, it rains. Every year.
And there's also Puerto Rican Day
I
Parade.
wish they'd rain some talent.
So
Oh,
there's going to be
God.
traffic all over the city.
Pretty much. So it's totally understandable why he's late, although he's usually
Summer
late.
Jam don't start till 5 o'clock. Why is he late?
Thank you.
So there's a Puerto Rican Day Parade as well.
That's
So-
in the city. He's
Right.
coming from Queens.
And I'm
to
sure he's
Queens.
involved in that.
Yeah,
yes.
he definitely
Coming
is.
from Queens
You know
to
he's
Queens.
speaking Spanish to somebody right now.
Oh, my God, yes.
Yeah,
Te quiero T-Mobile, yes. DeAndre says it's getting harder to stalk you guys when you guys move.
Yeah,
He's
pretty much.
absolutely right. Good morning, Corinne.
Good morning,
Good
to
morning,
everybody.
Trinimon.
Trinimon.
Good morning,
Yo,
Emma.
Trinimon.
Hi,
Whoa. Wait a
Good morning,
minute.
Anna.
Wait a minute now. It's very important. This studio isn't official until we have Trinimon in the place.
Yeah, but I heard Trinimon ain't going to be in the place until someone's not in the place.
Oh.
Someone better take one of her days off.
Yeah.
You'll see
Trinimon.
Trinimon sitting here with his headscarf.
You better make one of your trips.
Trinimon, do you want smoke? Yes or no? Like, what's up?
How are you? Wait, you
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
offer
Don't
smoke when you're the
exactly.
one.
You shitted on him in
You
the first
shitted on
place.
him.
You
I did not
offering
shit on
smoke.
him.
Yes,
Okay.
you did.
He asked the question and I answered the question.
Yeah. Am I invited?
Yo, the voice is in the
I
building.
know you're not on the phone, voice.
The voice
Oh,
is in
my
the building.
God.
Good morning,
Oh
everybody.
God.
So seriously, just sit your ass down and
It's just,
put the headphones on with your
Jesus.
good morning, everybody.
Oh my God.
Good morning.
Wow.
I can hear you.
We can hear you.
Yeah, we could hear you though. Good morning, voice. How was your trip over here? So where'd you stop
was
at the Puerto
pretty
Rican Day
bad.
Parade?
It was pretty bad.
Why was it bad? What was the problem?
So I was going to take the belt because it told me, and then afterwards the belt was completely at a standstill. They're doing some kind of construction over there, and I went to the Van Wyck, and you know how the Van Wyck is, so it delayed me
you don't
about
use
another 10
Waze?
minutes. Huh?
You don't use Waze?
No.
Oh, okay, well.
A GPS for this guy.
Well, we're glad to have you. Yes.
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 And you smelled up the whole you overtook the
Yes.
the new air freshener that Preach was raving
He's
about.
been
Bragging
having it on
about
today.
I've got a
Have
new
it on
air
today.
freshener.
Yo,
I didn't put it on today.
It's,
What is it in my
Well, then
Porsche?
yesterday's version must be smelling.
As soon as you bust a left down that hallway,
My
we knew you were
frozen
coming.
lemonade is melting right in front.
To hell with you all.
oh, man. So voice.
I love you
How
guys.
was your week, voice? How was your week?
It was pretty challenging, but otherwise
Yo, I
positive.
swear to God.
know, by
Yo,
that status
the
you
one
put
thing
up.
about you never.
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like every week with you is always challenging. There's never been like an easy, smooth week.
See,
Now,
Mocha
please,
was drama.
Crystal, can you please explain what you saw? And can you, voice? You're gonna have to
I
give.
was shocked a couple of days ago. I just saw this like angry status, like never burn a bridge, and
Right.
you try to help people, and the organization doesn't need you. It was a very like
So, what was the premise behind that, voice? Why are you saying
I even
so
heard
angry?
there was some Creole in his status.
I had Preach over here trying
Try to translate it.
translate.
So, what was the premise of this status, sir?
Well, I told you about last week. There was some situations that was going on, and I still can't talk about it because it's under investigation.
Right.
Right.
But
FBI.
Yo, Vito's
But,
that petty. Yes.
one of the
Vito.
people that were involved, I found out that they were spreading some nice little rumors about me.
Oh.
Oh my God!
That
and you
was
were
potentially detrimental to
Are you
my...
stealing
How does a
T-Mobile
guy
merchandise?
Like you get rumors spread about you. You pretty much do everything anyway.
Uh,
It's just
yeah, when it comes to my
truthful
job,
life.
no. One thing I take very highly is integrity when I work.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
not
Voice
being on
integrity,
time.
Granville. Yes.
so with that being said, there were some serious removals throughout the company, and because of that, we had to pretty much rearrange our
You're a
schedules.
jerk. I swear
What
to
the?
you.
I'm listening to the story. Shut up. Go ahead, voice.
Nah,
Yes.
just to point out,
Integrity,
when you
yes.
do wrong by people, karma gets you. You're no longer part of the company. I just say that.
Wow. Karma, you say?
Karma, yeah.
How
I'm
long
big
did
on
it
that.
come for you to take up with this idea? But nonetheless,
I mean, you saw my status already. That's,
no,
yeah.
Crystal.
I-
So
Cool,
I
yeah, Crystal-
I was,
Crystal-
I was
pleasure.
concerned. I was concerned
Yeah.
after this week of a lot of death. I was concerned because it was like I'd never seen a status like that from you before.
Yeah.
Wow.
It pissed me off.
So
my
you're
my boss was concerned, but I was like,
So you're essentially calling voice depressed.
I'm not calling him
No.
depressed, but he was very
Because
angry.
if you are,
I don't get mad.
okay, I was about to
here.
say,
No. It's rare for me to get mad. Y'all know that.
you are our strong friend.
Yes, we are. Yes, he,
And we're
yes, he
allowed to
is.
check up on you, yes?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Of course.
Okay, good.
All right, let's
course.
get to the top 5 stories of the week because I'm about to get sick.
The top 5 stories of the week.
Why does first of all, why does
Number
your
one.
camera look so dark?
Because I'm setting the
Has a
mood.
red
Is it
I'm setting-
moonlighting?
I'm setting my scene.
No, he has a red lighting in there.
I'm setting my scene. How about you leave me
He
alone?
really thinks he's the guy from Charlie's Angels.
Yes.
telling you.
You're not
Hello,
supposed to see him.
hello,
Like,
angels.
really?
Thought
Hello,
TLC for a
SMB.
second.
All right, so number one, let's start it off with wow.
Oh.
Yeah, voice.
I don't know what that is. That was me.
Yes, it was.
Yes,
you.
it was you.
What, I got
When you
power
pull that
now. All of a sudden,
computer.
Anyway,
I'm Samson.
as we begin again, so number one being so Trump. We talked about it last week. He met with Kim Kardashian to get the potential woman Alice Johnson out of jail. She was given a harsh sentence for drug trafficking. I believe it was just marijuana. She was serving, I believe, life. But this week, because of Trump, he commuted her sentence, and she has just now been released from jail. So, what do you guys think? Is this a good thing?
I knew it.
What do you mean you knew it?
I knew it. Remember, I mentioned
did
it
call
last
it out
week. I
last
called
week,
it
yeah.
last week. I said people are like, "Oh, it's for prison reform." I said it's for two people in particular:
Mm-hmm.
the grandmother and that young girl who she killed her pimp.
Right.
So I knew it wasn't like all of prison reform, but I knew she went there to speak to these two people. And I'm not saying you got to give it to her, but she didn't have to do what she did for this grandmother.
I mean, the other side is just saying, well, do we need celebrities to take or commute all these other sentences of individuals who were locked up for, maybe even less, who are doing extreme numbers in jail?
No, you need the government to do their job and investigate these cases.
No, but meaning that not every inmate who's dealing with the similar case has a celebrity friend like this. Not saying that they were friends, but now you're It's the natural thing. There's the natural human nature. How about me?
Right.
What about me?
Right, but also with everything else, it becomes too saturated. So like if it's 1, 2, or 3 cases of this, then it's understood. When it's hundreds of celebrities and hundreds of people, it's not going to have the same impact. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So then it calls for the government to do their job and to look into these cases without a celebrity having to bring it to your forefront.
In a perfect world, that would be great if that happened. But we know this world isn't perfect.
Correct.
For once, I'm going to give Trump and Kim K the proper credit that they deserve for this. They did a good thing here.
Absolutely.
You don't want to be like if you sit and speak to a Republican or conservative, damn, Obama did nothing right.
Right, exactly.
Like after the shitstorm that Bush left, like Obama did nothing right, really?
Right.
So you don't want to be that same person.
Right.
Just
Absolutely.
because it's Trump and it's Kim K, you don't want to shit on what they did because I'm sure this young lady does not care who freed her as long as she's free.
Right.
Free.
You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? So I'm definitely going to give them the credit that they deserve for this. They did the right thing.
Right.
Absolutely.
Does this set a precedent now? Are more of these things going to happen? Who knows?
Right. And then you also had him coming out this week and saying that he was going to pardon Muhammad Ali, although the Supreme Court had already overturned his conviction.
Quickly.
So, I mean...
Yeah, Trump definitely needs to read more.
like,
That's one thing he does not
And by
do.
read, I don't mean Twitter. Like,
Yeah,
read.
right,
Like, open
right.
up.
He came in right on
Yeah,
Twitter.
No,
Dust
but you
off
know
the
what?
library.
You
Like-
bring up a good point. I mean, a lot of us, and whether it doesn't matter what side, they like to stay in their corner and they don't like to give the other side some credit. And I think here you have to give him some type of credit. I don't know if I necessarily like the method on where, because let's say he never meets with Kim Kardashian. Fair enough, right? Mm-hmm. So now because you met with her and you found out about her story, now this person has the opportunity to leave prison. Where, like there are countless other people. How many times have we seen wrongly convicted criminals be released just off of DNA? Mm-hmm. And next thing you know, it's like, all right, there was one case where I think the city only paid the family $4.
Yeah, a couple of
That
weeks
was
ago.
crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So there are countless cases like this. And now what are we supposed to do? Now are we supposed to send letters to every celebrity to see if we
But
can go?
that's what I'm saying. It becomes the market becomes oversaturated if you keep asking celebrities to do. Again, like I said, I called it last week. I knew she was going there for the
Right.
lady Alice, but how many times she said she's now putting together a team to bring certain people to the attention of the president.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see how that goes. But I'm sure that he's not going to want to hear from like.
Do you think this has
Lil
anything?
Uzi.
Do you think this has anything to do with being Kanye West being called out from the city of Chicago and how they've said that he hasn't really done much?
No, to be fair, she's been pleading this case well before.
Okay,
A
fair
long
enough. Fair
time.
enough.
Well before the Kanye.
I'm telling you, there's 2 cases she was really working on. Alice and that other girl, I can't remember her name.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But
Yeah,
Nah,
so-
but it's
those
a
two
good
she's
look
working
because for the most part, the Kardashians' reputation is of one being talentless and selfish.
and having no.
So
Yeah. Right.
at least the selfish part it can be debated.
Right.
You know what I mean? It is what it is.
All right, let's get to number 2.
Number 2.
So this week, also in Trump news, so as he takes 5 steps forward, he takes about 20 steps back. So during an interview, I believe before he got on Air Force One, he has said that he will disinvite the. No, I'm sorry. He said this on Twitter. He elaborated more on it before the flight. That he is disinviting the Philadelphia Eagles, the Super Bowl champions, to the White House because, mind you, I don't even know because none of them even knelt. None of them.
Right.
Mind you, one player, Chris Long, the son of Howie Long, donated his whole salary to organizations to help out. I believe in education in these poverty-ridden communities. He donated his whole salary. No other player knelt. Malcolm Jenkins, I believe he actually went on ride-alongs with police officers to see their experience and not just talk about it, but actually be in the front line. Here's one thing that I never thought I would have to say. And goddamn you, Donald Trump. I have to fucking defend Philadelphia Eagle players.
Yo, to be fair, they've got some real solid character guys
Absolutely.
on that squad. Yo,
Absolutely.
Much as I don't rock with Philadelphia Eagles, they've got some solid guys on that team. It is what it is.
Damn you.
Yo, let me get to this comment real quick. This is on our last topic. Shout out to Robert Jones. He says, "Pardon C Murder." Shit. I saw the video with C Murder. I can't make this shit up. You remember the R. Kelly video where R. Kelly's looking in the camera and saying his name?
Yes.
Hi, I'm Robert
Yes.
Charles Kelly.
Right.
Your man C Murder goes in a club with a New Orleans Saint jersey on that says murder on the back of it, pulls a strap out and shoots up in the club. You literally see him in the camera doing this shit.
Yeah.
At what point do you look at the camera and look at the judge and say, that wasn't me? You got murder in the front of your jersey, C on the front of it.
And you look like the damn character on top of it on
Even
camera.
Master P can't be like, yo, pardon C murder.
That's his brother.
That's his damn brother.
And I think I heard recently he was like on a hunger strike or something.
What? If you took a strike off murdering people in the first place, you wouldn't be where the hell you at.
Exactly.
You wouldn't be in this position.
Hunger strike.
So back to the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean,
Murder
I
strike.
guess you have to give them credit. I think it was only supposed to be like a handful of players to actually go. I don't know if that was ever confirmed. I know some players said they weren't going to go. Do you feel like they should have went? And I mean, it seems really, really petty that the president would go on Twitter just to proclaim that he is not inviting the Philadelphia Eagles.
You know, normally I would say respect the office.
Of course.
So like when Tom Brady did this to Obama, my whole thing was, yo, respect the office.
A lot of NASCAR drivers did the same thing.
Okay. The difference between this is Trump himself doesn't respect the office.
Right.
Because if he did, he'd leave the golf course alone
Exactly.
a
Be
little bit
there a
more.
little bit more.
Exactly. Maybe be at the White House a little bit more
Right.
often, you know what I mean? Among other things. Trump reacts to people in a way that's not of a normal presidency.
Right.
Therefore, things that aren't normal are going to take place. Like people being like, yo, I'm good off the White House.
Right.
It is what it is.
At the end of the day, though, it's not considered the president's house. It's considered the people's house. So, I mean, some people say they're kind of obligated. And there's who knows if the Philadelphia Eagles will ever win another championship. Let's hope not. But to be fair, you don't get an opportunity to really go to the White House, meet the president, and,
Yeah, but bump that. At the end of the day, he is the president of the United States, and his obligation is to work. In order for you to work, you have to be with your people. In order to be with your people, you got to be there. End of the day, you're in Florida doing what?
I mean, even more than that, right? With Trump has clearly disrespected African Americans. How many African Americans are on that team? You're talking about, those son of a bitches and all this other stuff, and then you want them to come to this house to shake your hand? How? You can't verbally disrespect me, and then a couple months later you want to invite me to your house to have tea and crumpets. Who's doing that?
He's gonna throw us a bag of peanuts.
You see what I'm saying to you? Right. Or throw us some toilet paper like he did to the people of Puerto Rico.
Right.
You can't expect these people. You can't expect to
What do you
talk
mean,
about
these
them.
people?
These people meaning football players.
Okay.
You can't expect these people to be disrespected and come to your house and smile for a picture. It's not gonna happen.
Now, I will say this. The one reason I want them to go to the White House is so that they can tell him to his face what time it is.
Right.
Period. Like, I don't
get
want
all
none of this
arrested.
Steve Harvey. You Negroes should love this man and tune in to Family Feud later on. None of that bullshit.
Right.
None of that.
Survey says?
Exactly. Survey says Trump's a great guy.
Right.
Fuck all that.
Right.
Go there. Okay, go there and tell him what time it is. Go there and tell him your concerns. Go there and tell him why we kneel.
Right.
Why we're doing what we're doing. So in that regard, it'd be great if they win.
But what's the likelihood he's gonna listen?
I
He
mean,
won't care.
what is he gonna get up and walk out the room and
It's
run?
a formality. He's gonna be like,
Hey,
okay.
police brutality. I
Right.
can't hear you. Like, what is he
Right.
gonna run out the room?
But
Wait,
he-
do they take an audience when they're there, or do they just meet for pictures? Is it just a Photoshop?
I mean, even if it was just a Photoshop, if you're gonna go there, set up a meeting.
No, I understand
So-
that, but do we know
Right.
what it is when they go there?
Now here's
Right.
another example. When the Miami Heat won the championship, they also taped one of Michelle Obama's initiatives about eating healthier and working out.
So there has to be some sort of conversation.
Right, absolutely. Like it isn't just a hey, how you doing and bye. There's more to it depending on the team and the president. So, and what he has said also before he got on the plane in the Air Force One was that, if all these players who want to stay in the locker room and don't want to salute the flag, well then if you have such a big problem with this country, give me the names of the people you want pardon and we'll see what we can do.
Got a comment from Erica. She says nobody but the water boy wanted to go anyway.
It's a fact.
Wow.
Now, what do you think about his request? Do you consider it like an olive branch or?
He's making a lot of olive. He's extending a lot of olive branches today because before we turn its midterm election.
Yes. Yep. Exactly.
So
what it is.
he's trying to right his wrongs subtly, but if you're smart, you would see it. Why are you trying to pardon Muhammad Ali, who's been dead? First of all, he don't need it. But
Even his family was like, yeah,
his
go.
ex-wife was like, no, thank you, sir. Like, we don't need that. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's
Then
trying
he's
to
dead.
pander to people now that he knows that he needs.
Let me read some of these comments. Good morning, Tandra. Aday says, I'm not sure why these gentlemen don't go on strike. Erica says, I believe he would totally disregard what they're saying because that's his nature.
Exactly.
Again, even if he did, just the opportunity to do it would
Right.
be worthworthwhile to me.
A piece of history.
Whether it
to-
falls
to-
on deaf ears or not.
Yeah, the opportunity to do it would be great. Now, I'm not saying they should go. I'm saying why I would have liked for them to go.
And I like what Malcolm Jenkins did when they went to his locker. Instead of saying a word, he just put up statistics on a on a board and kept putting them up and saying you aren't listening, essentially. Like, these are the true matters and these are the true things we need to worry about. And you're asking me about going to a White House. So, there you go. I mean, maybe you have a point where there is something to taking the initiative and talking to the actual president and saying, hey, you mind looking into this, looking into that? And hey, and maybe it ends up in the bottom of the pile. Who knows? But at least you could say you tried, and you can still take it upon yourself to do what you got to do in your own community.
It's like anything, yo. You speak to like-minded people all the time.
Yeah.
Your ideas are just being shared.
Absolutely.
The whole thing. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. Let's get to number 3.
Number 3.
So tragically, Anthony Bourdain and Kate Spade this week committed suicide. I believe Kate Spade was 55. She was 55, and Anthony Bourdain was 61. Both obviously from suicide. What do you guys take away from this? I mean, Bino, you don't believe this was suicide?
With Anthony Bourdain?
Yeah.
No,
I don't.
And Voice, you don't either.
I don't either.
Well, now, why do you feel this way?
I know. I mean, there was some stress levels there, but this guy had everything going for him. He had like practically every single award.
Yeah.
That
I think that means
with
nothing.
depression.
No. But I mean, where were the signs? I mean, they even saw the wife, I think, leave that morning or something like that. They said
The girlfriend
The
was
girlfriend?
not there. She was in France. And that's the thing. Like, people keep thinking, like, it's monetary. It's not monetary. When you're depressed, you can be happy on the outside. You can do everything. Kate Spade had
fair.
$1 billion business. She essentially killed herself because her husband left her. They're saying that Bourdain's girlfriend was seen with somebody else the day before. Like,
that's fair,
these
too.
are certain things. Like, you can have everything, and it's just one trigger that makes you literally kill yourself. Like, it has nothing to do with having everything, because if people had everything and they were happy with it, the world would be a different place.
What do you think about the narrative that's been around? Some of the narrative, that I think I forget the gentleman's name. He's a comedian. He says we should no longer tell the cause of death if it is suicide, because it kind of seems like some are saying because Kate Spade committed suicide, it influenced Anthony Bourdain. And I don't know how anybody would know that. But
Well, I mean,
it kind of gives the
Kate
okay
isn't
to
the
do
first
it.
person to do such
Exactly.
a thing.
That's
Like,
what I'm
I don't-
saying.
But I think, you know what, I kind of see where that point, because I also feel like sometimes it's like, well, she did it off the heels of her, it won't be so shocking. Like, people, I feel like with suicide, people, it's almost like if they do it because their life is so good, my life is shitty. So now, like, if I do it, no one's really going to care, because essentially they had everything and I have nothing. So me doing it, so it's almost like a copycat effect.
No, but I
I
mean,
don't
but you
think
had
so
two successful people. I don't know if it's directed with that narrative. I think it's okay. Well, she can do it, and I guess she feels she was at peace, so I can do it, and now I don't have to deal with the bullshit in the world.
If forget all that. If they both had mental issues, the way we're assuming here,
Right.
I don't know. If I'm saying that.
I mean, if they did, let's just say if they did. If Anthony killed himself and if Kate Spade killed herself. Kate Spade killed herself.
Right.
Or we can all agree on that.
Yes.
Right.
Now, with that being said, obviously they had issues. So, like, I don't think them seeing something on TV or seeing someone else doing something would motivate them or whatever.
Right.
I don't mean them. I mean the
I'm not
general
talking about,
public.
I'm talking
Domino
about the
effect.
point that he
Domino
made.
effect.
You know, I don't know, because it just may be the cherry on top. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if seeing somebody else commit suicide is all you need to see to commit suicide yourself. But if you're going through a whole bunch of drama that nobody else can see, and everybody thinks you're living this great life, and you're having troubles with your significant other, and you're just having a shitty emotional feeling, and then you happen to see this woman commit suicide, you might say to yourself, yeah, that's a good idea.
I know this much. Amongst people who have fame and fortune, especially the fame aspect of it, it's easier to do that. Because, I mean, just look at everyone in this room. If we got $1 million or whatever, I would say, 70 to 80% of our problems would be solved? But
Yeah,
now,
that's fair.
say if you have $1 million and you still got problems that can't be solved.
Right.
Where do you turn to? That's why most of them mess around with drugs or whatever.
Right.
So
Because they try to escape something they can't escape.
exactly. You're trying to escape your reality. So now, suicide to me would be easiest. That's why people are like, well, this person had everything. Nah, that's why they would do it, because
Right.
they quote unquote have everything and they're still unhappy.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
let me read something Angelica Wood said. Suicide is a selfish act. They both left their children behind. Understood, but to them it's not selfish because they feel like they're releasing the burden from their kids. They feel like they're a burden to other people, and that's why they did
Listen,
it. And they
I-
feel like the world is better without
I
them.
kind of see her point, but the problem is that it's
I'm
tough
on
just
both
because I guarantee you, your kids would rather you here than
Exactly. They
I
need you.
agree,
They
but
need you
that's
as a
not
parent.
what they. Of course, but that's not what they feel. Like I've spoken to somebody who's thought about committing suicide, and they're like, "No, really, I'm miserable, and I know I'm miserable to my children, so it's
Oh,
a
okay.
release for them."
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying to you?
Right.
They're not saying like,
yeah, I think they would still rather want you
I
here. Though.
agree.
I
No, no.
understand what you're saying, but yeah,
I agree, but what I'm
Especially in especially in what's her name's case, Kate Spade's case.
Right.
Like the whole
Listen.
suicide letter to her kid and all that
That
shit.
was low
like,
blow.
That's something your child has to live with for the rest
Yeah.
of their life. So you damn right that's selfish.
Yeah, that was
Like
selfish.
she implicated her
Her
father,
father.
the kid's father, in the fact that he's divorcing her. So
Yeah.
yo, why did I do this? Ask
Ask
your
father. It's not you.
What
Ask
kind
your
of shit
father.
is that?
So
Yeah, no,
not
it's
only
not
did you
cool.
lose your mother, but you
That
also
would be
your
deep
father
selfish.
is now like you're looking at your father all
Like
side eyed.
you did
That's
this.
selfish. And it's as a parent too, Preach. I don't know if I can't say you relate to it, but think
Right.
about it this way: if you're in an unhappy home, right,
Right.
and you are unhappy yourself, you would do yourself a service to make sure you're happy, so your kids can see that. Because if the kids don't see that you are happy, trust me, it lays a burden on them. Too.
Well, yeah, I mean, you want to make sure that, listen, you never want your kids to be surrounded by, you want your kids to be kids and try to live
Correct.
as normal of a life as possible. You don't come to your kids with your mortgage problems. Say, hey,
Well.
like Mason, I know you want to play Ninja Turtles right now, but look at this. I got to pay. Like, you know what I'm
You
saying?
want this Con Ed building?
buy-
You know,
Exactly.
like, you don't want
Can't
you.
value that Lego.
Yeah, but guess what? Now it affects them directly when you kill yourself now, because now it's like, yo,
Yeah, right. But we're
You-
all thinking with a stable
I understand.
mind.
I understand
People
what you're
have
saying,
mental
but
illnesses.
no, and I think that's the biggest argument that we need to understand and not, shit on the fact that mental illness is a real thing. It's
Right.
always been a real thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's
It's a real thing, but it does not excuse your actions.
Correct too.
Because if this person, say they killed someone else,
Right.
no one would be like, oh, okay, they were mental, it's all good.
Well, no,
Just
it
because
depends.
they killed themselves.
I don't know.
I think it depends. If it's a
What do
black
you mean it
person,
depends?
no, I'm talking about as far as the narrative is framed.
Y'all can't even look at them. What?
Look at that
I'm
dark
telling
room.
you, I
No.
hate that dark room.
No, but what I'm saying is, I agree with you, but I'm just saying, to everybody else, if it's a black person, it doesn't necessarily matter anymore. If it's a white kid or whatever,
AKA Dylan Roof.
right? It's he was emotionally
But
disturbed.
Dylan's
So-
still going to be in jail for the rest of his life. That's
not
my point.
necessarily. He might just be in a mental institute, which I don't know if you want to call that the same.
All right, fine. If
Right.
you want to say that, regardless, but it should not matter. If
No,
you
it
kill
should not.
somebody
That is
else,
a correct statement.
and
Yes,
if you kill
yes,
somebody
yes.
else, okay,
Right.
it doesn't matter to me. It
Yes.
doesn't matter to someone
Right.
of right mind.
Right.
Period. It doesn't matter. So when
Right
you kill
mind.
yourself, there's still a responsibility that adheres to. The fact that she and Anthony had mental issues doesn't mean that their family suffers any less.
Oh
Right.
no, I totally agree with you. And they also said with her, they said that she did not want to seek help for her issues. She knew she had these issues,
And that's a problem.
but did not want to seek help because of who she was, and she felt like she was going to be judged. So she tried to take this on, and a lot of people and the black community, I'm speaking to you. Yo, they crazy. They need to seek help. This is a
Right.
problem, especially for the black community, because we want you to pray it off. And some things you need to go seek help for.
Not to be fair, I'm gonna leave
You
it alone.
leave it alone.
I'm gonna
You
leave it alone.
He tried it.
Leave it alone.
He tried it.
He
I'm
was
gonna leave
trying.
it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone.
Yo, this house music next door is getting louder and
I'm
louder.
telling
Well,
you, I
you
heard
left
it from the
Because
door.
they
Well, did you leave the door open though? The
No, it's closed.
Now the door's open. That's
The
why.
door's open.
It's still
Yeah.
Yeah, you cracked it open.
Yeah,
You were late, and then you
In
got to.
Studio 54 next to you.
Yeah, I'm about to go over there and go party in the commercial, man.
Let's get to number 4.
Number 4.
So speaking of problems, so Little Kim, our favorite queen bee, she's dealing with bankruptcy. This week, she is filed Chapter 13 protection in New Jersey after her bank foreclosed on her gated mansion in Alpine, and she owes $1.47 million in back taxes. Court documents obtained by the Daily News list more than $4 million in secured and unsecured debt. She filed a petition on May 8th, just 3 days before her 6,000 square foot property was scheduled to go on auction. Whoa.
This is why I won't be that lavish if all that money comes to me, man. I couldn't do it.
I mean, you don't have to be
couldn't do it.
lavish,
You
but you also
couldn't
don't
do
have
it
to be
in
cheap.
general.
What the
cheap.
hell
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
going to
Do it in
be?
general.
What the hell am I going to be doing with a mansion?
You're
First
gonna
of
buy a
all,
tree house.
I'm not
You're
going to be in
never a
3/4 of the damn building. I'm going to go over there, sleep. Then afterwards, I'm going to be traveling the world and hardly be there.
According to documents, her files in case say she owes $664,000 behind on payments for the $2.3 million house, and claims her gross income has dropped substantially in the last couple of years
I would imagine so.
from $823,000 in 2016
How
to
long has it been since no time and shit? Like,
Well,
what you
wait.
talking
What
about?
was 2017?
well no
You said 823 in 2016.
2016. Last year was $398,000, which is still pretty good.
That's still a lot of
How
money.
is she making 398?
I
Let me
don't
leave
know,
it
but
alone.
She
like-
still has endorsements for
But
other
you know
things that she's
what?
doing on the
But you know what's so crazy to me? How do you not realize? Okay, like it's dropped substantially. Let me move.
Yo,
Like let me
why is
get
the
a-
music getting more dramatic as we talk about Kim?
She gonna bust in this door 1 second. You never know
No
who's in the
time
studio.
for fake ones.
Yeah, I feel like, would you not say I'm not making this money? Let me probably downsize or like.
Sometimes
I don't
pride
know.
takes a big factor. You don't want to let go of something you're complacent with. You got that big mansion, you see that go, and then I don't know. That's why I couldn't do it to myself.
All right, so let's look at expenses.
Robert Jones says Biggie's not here to write her rhymes anymore.
Oh man, I'm gonna leave that alone. So it says, according to filings, she has a monthly income of $18,000. Shit, I wish, and a monthly mortgage payment of $6,610.
Yo,
The mortgage is how much?
$6,000.
Angelica cold
That's
as ice.
really not that bad.
That's not that bad.
That's not. I'm sitting
Considering
here
what
thinking
she's
about a
getting.
lot
But
of
if you
people
can't
pay-
cover that, what the?
No, if you're making,
I agree, but what I'm
18.
saying is a lot of people in Queens are paying $3,000 a month for a
Exactly.
mortgage.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
yeah.
saying too. So
I
it's
know
really
people,
only
yeah.
double what the
But she
average
making
person
18.
pays.
That's half your stuff. There's other things you could do to make.
no,
that
but
bread.
then you
Mansion
guys
in
are.
Alpine?
But if you live in Alpine, imagine you got to pay for the electricity,
I'd move out.
the maintenance, because you have to
Property
keep it up.
tax.
You have to keep it up kept, because you'll get fined by the homeowners association. You imagine the taxes on that.
Yo, let me read some of these comments. Angelica says, I knew Queen bankruptcy never had enough money to turn her face into an endangered lion. Nice.
Now, this is the most important part. She only has cash on hand of $2,500.
I think that they just writing that in to
No,
make it sound better.
Corinne, I love these plastic surgery jokes. Corinne says she could have saved a lot of money if she stayed away from plastic surgery.
yo, y'all leave her alone, man.
Erica, the money is in her plastic surgeon's account.
Oh, whoa! Now look at look at these other expenses. So, Joan spends $2,200 a month on wardrobe. She also spends $10,000 a month on travel and entertainment, and $2,317 on staff. Now, I'm sorry, but you got to learn how to cut your losses.
Yo, does
Cut
she
your
have
expenses.
enough to like do shows? Does she have enough hits to do shows?
Yes.
Yeah, I think
Yes.
so.
You think so?
Well, one
Absolutely.
of my very good friends is her personal bodyguard. So she does. And when I tell you she sells out show, like
I don't know,
I've never
single-handedly.
What's the
No,
problem?
single-handedly. I've seen her. I've done a club before that she's done, and I'm telling you, people are they queen out for her, like literally fall on the floor. Like she makes a good amount of money for an appearance. So she does need it. She does need personal security. I've seen her on a regular day get swarmed. So that's
Yeah, she's like yay high. So
Right.
yes, I
Yeah,
imagine
she's
so.
shorter than me. I'm 5'1". She's probably like 4'9", 4'10".
Right.
You're 5'1", you said.
Right.
Shit. But yes,
She also owes $376,000 in New Jersey state taxes, which is a lot of money. So, in taxes alone, that's a
People be
lot of
running
money.
to go to Jersey. I'm not too sure why.
nah, Jersey got some spots.
They got
Especially North
some-
Jersey.
Is it no?
Alpine
But
is
it's,
a nice neighborhood.
yeah,
I
it's
swear.
expensive as
not
hell
like
though.
Newark
Chris Rock and
or
them, man.
Hillside.
Yeah, no,
or-
it's definitely not Newark, please.
It's expensive as hell though. I mean, that's the
Jesus
only
Christ.
No disrespect to
Newark.
Jersey.
Hey, yo, yeah, but y'all
Except
can
for
keep
Newark.
Newark, though.
Exactly,
Yeah, please,
except for
yo.
Newark and Hillside.
Talk about shithole. But anyway, go ahead.
Wow.
AKA Philly.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm not.
I
I'm
love
leaving that alone.
Philly. Oh, I love Philly.
All right.
Philly's dope.
All right, yeah, let's
That
let's
Newark-
let's leave that alone. Let's get to number 5. I'm not talking about Philly. We give them their kudos.
Stand by them, yeah. Yeah.
All right, so NBA Finals concluded this week pretty quickly. Cleveland Cavaliers were swept.
I went to the bathroom.
Wait,
came back.
preach, hold up. You call that a final? Those were the
Yeah,
finals?
that wasn't even.
was finals?
Yeah, it was. Well, if
Some sort of
J.R.
scrimmage.
Listen, if J.R. Smith doesn't, think about Henny and concentrates more on the game, maybe we have much more of a series. But unfortunately, it was pretty much a clean sweep. And obviously, the conversation goes back into the debate of whether, you can compare Michael Jordan to LeBron James and so on and so forth.
I need to stop with
Listen,
that
at
nonsense.
the end of the day, this is my opinion and my opinion only, okay? And I know a lot of people will disagree with this. As far as a player is concerned, if you're going to build a player, okay, LeBron James is a better player than Michael Jordan. Who has a better career? Obviously, Michael Jordan. But if you are going to go pound for pound, statistic for statistic, because look at it. LeBron James, if he keeps playing, is within arm's reach in being the all-time leading scorer to beat Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Mind you, he's a pass-first player, which is unbelievable, all right? And he does all the little things. He rebounds, passes the ball. He damn near averages a triple-double. So as far as a player is concerned and how he is built.
With stats.
And so if you were going to build a player, LeBron James is a better player than Michael Jordan. But Michael Jordan has a better career than LeBron James, hands down.
Safe to say Michael Jordan had a team that we all played too, so he wasn't really. So I'm just saying.
I mean, look, and here's the thing. I mean, a lot of people are saying, right. But here's the thing. The Chicago Bulls, the 93-94 Chicago Bulls, right? They went 55-27 without him. Mm-hmm. So you would have to say his supporting cast is pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. Okay? I remember that Game 7 against the Knicks. All right, and they got that. And they won.
We'll never forget that.
Right when that happened.
Right. So this whole idea where, there's super teams and so on and so forth, and you're right. LeBron went to a team that they were okay. Well, they weren't even okay. I don't even think they made the playoffs the year before. He teamed up with two other great players, and they built.
They made history.
I don't know about history, but they made a super team. Now, as super as Golden State is, where you have four players on the team that essentially might become Hall of Famers.
The West Coast All-Stars.
I mean, Jesus Christ. But to be fair, listen, to carry a team like that to the finals, he's done that twice, whether it was in 2007 or this past year. He's taken teams that had no business being in the playoffs to the finals.
I would respect that with him, yes.
Right.
Absolutely. I give him all that because he's a lone wolf if you think about it.
I mean, if you listen, I don't think you could talk about the greatest of all time debate yet.
Oh, no, I definitely don't agree. But
really?
I don't.
I think as far as that's concerned, I think that he's a better player because the players, compared to the Bulls, how they were before, were nowhere near as good.
LeBron and Jordan don't even have the same type of style. So the comparison
This is true. I agree with that.
To me.
We're talking about, obviously numbers and
LeBron
stats.
plays more like a Magic Johnson or even a Pippen to me, like a clone of those two. To me, my humble opinion. LeBron may fill in more X's. He's physically gifted, etc. I get it. He's probably the most physically gifted guy. He can guard all positions. All that's great.
Correct.
Now, where it counts as far as offensive, scoring and just the hunger and intensity, I don't think he's better than Jordan in that regard.
No.
And clearly, Jordan's not getting swept in the finals.
Yeah,
He's not. No. It's not happening. He doesn't have a 3-6 record in the finals, anything of this nature. So me personally, I'd rather take Jordan. Now, I could see where people would say I'd rather take LeBron. But even LeBron's whole thing of making players better, even that's coming into question.
I don't know players. I know probably that's
coming into question.
I mean, he makes teams better.
I mean,
if you put
teams look good.
Here's the comparison I make. If you put LeBron James, let's say, on the New Jersey Nets now, I'm not saying finals. They're going to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Because he made the franchise look good.
He makes the franchise better.
I don't know.
Like, that's all I'm saying. Like, the assists go to other players.
And even the era now, it's a different era. It's a softer era.
Yes,
it's
with less hunger.
Yeah, but you got to understand, too, the players are built differently in this era than they were in last.
But that's why it's so hard to compare the two.
Which is fair. You're right.
That's why it's so hard to compare the two. I personally, Jordan was more godlike to me.
That's fair.
I mean, it just is what it is.
Well, Jordan had, like, the whole – because you got to remember, he was pretty much the first to really put – the culture of sneakers and basketball and everything around him and the cologne
and the
right. Like, he was that guy. So it's hard to follow that up. But like, player for player, I would prefer LeBron James just because he just makes everybody around him better. Now, granted, it's hard to make. You have a Kevin Love, okay, great, but then when you have Tristan Thompson, or you got a bonehead like J.R. Smith.
Again, Tristan Thompson is someone he got something.
He came as a rookie.
No. As far as the contract, Tristan
Thompson.
He
got the extension.
This is all because of LeBron.
Right.
So, like, I'm not crying for LeBron's team. Like, a lot of these players are here due to LeBron. It is what it is. But forget this a second. Let's rock out this poll question. Where's LeBron going next?
I think it would be smart for him to stay if you're going to get a stake on that franchise.
Yeah, but who's going to come with him? Because he's not staying the way the team is currently constructed.
Well, I mean, I think I agree.
But didn't you just say he constructed it?
Yes.
That's the thing.
He's definitely has his hand in
So
how the
he
team is
can't
constructed.
reconstruct it and stay?
I guess he can, but
If he has a stake.
Well, he definitely
He
is
has a
going
stake
to
with
want
the
to have to
franchise.
come.
Yeah.
From my understanding of like from SportsCenter and ESPN in general, like his relationship with the GM is not necessarily as tight as they
Him
made.
and the owner aren't good.
They're
at
not
all.
good, and it's not necessarily hand in hand. Listen, if you want to go to a team and win now, and this rumor about him going to Golden
Lakers.
State, I don't see that.
I heard Lakers.
Because Kevin Durant's not going anywhere. The only way it might happen is if Klay Thompson doesn't come back, because Klay Thompson's
They
going to want
cannot
more money.
put him on Golden State. No way.
That's going to be ridiculous.
No, that
That's
would
not
be
even fair.
stupid.
Yo, but again, in this era, like I just mentioned, this soft ass era, that's
that
that's
wouldn't
feasible.
be fair. They're
Nah, I
not
don't
going to
see- I don't
lose
see that
anything.
happening.
That's not even
I
going
don't
to
see
be
that.
fair.
That's wild. I don't even see that
It
happening.
would be fair. Doesn't mean it won't happen because it's not fair.
No,
I don't see that
The
happening.
commissioner cannot
I'd
approve
be-
it.
Y'all don't see that happen.
I don't.
Fast forward to 3 months from now. Oh my God!
No, you better not put that bad juju on there either,
Nah,
man.
I
He
don't-
called
I
it
don't-
to it. He likes to call
Today's
things
NBA.
into fruition.
I don't really-
Listen,
I don't
no.
see
Today's NBA is the Harlem Globetrotters against everybody else. That's what today's NBA is. Period.
I don't. I can't.
Pino
see
has
it.
a goat mouth too, so watch it come to fruition.
All right, y'all say what y'all want.
Well, I hear Lakers.
Angelica says Lakers. I kind of think so too, but with the caveat that Paul George goes with him to the Lakers. He's not going alone.
No,
By no means, he's going to go
He's
with
gonna take
another
somebody that he trusts.
all-star.
Right.
Musclehead says that J.R. Smith needs to be put on suicide watch. Side note.
See, we can't joke about stuff like that.
That's right,
Musclehead.
Musclehead Skillet.
Come on,
We
Musclehead.
have a very special episode of
I know.
SMB
He feels
honoring
no pity
J.R.
for J.R. Smith. Yeah.
All right, guys. It's already damn near 10:47, so we done got over.
DeAndre calls LeBron a deadbeat dad.
Really,
Wow.
Unbelievable.
DeAndre? Really?
I gotta say I respect LeBron. I do.
Nah, you got it. First of
I
all,
respect
one
the hell out of that
thing
man.
I will say about LeBron over Jordan is socially conscious wise.
Oh, it's not even close.
Yeah, it's not.
That's
even,
not a debate.
That's not even. That's not
Jordan
even close.
said Republicans buy shoes too.
Right. So this whole
Whoa.
idea that
Oh no, Jordan is super cool. He just don't talk a lot.
Yeah,
If
no.
he spoke a lot,
Super
oh my
cool.
God. Yeah, he's air coon. It is what it is.
all
It's
right.
a fact.
All right, let's go straight to this video because we don't have much time
commercial.
left. So there was this incident that had gone on in Mesa, Arizona. I want to get you guys' opinion on this. So I don't know if there's much to be said. I don't know if there's anything you can say to an individual that will force you to outright kick their ass and go ham. All right. In this video, I'm about to show you and the public. You were going to see it looks like a patron. I guess he's just, I don't know what he was doing in the precinct. And it looks like a gang of cops surround him and they proceed to kick his ass, essentially. All right, so let's get to this video.
They proceed to kick his ass.
It's like
essentially.
emphatically
You
said.
gotta love it.
Really?
Wow.
Look at the guy punching
taking
him
hits
in
really
the
good.
face, though, B.
He's taking the hits really good though.
All right, so whatever it is he's doing,
Whatever he's he's
On the phone.
he's on the phone.
allegedly with his lawyers.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait, can he be
They-
on the phone?
Why can't you be on the phone?
What's the law against not being on the
I
phone?
mean, if they're talking to you,
Is
like,
he on
put
a
your
cell
phone
phone?
down or something.
He pays for that bill, he can be on the phone.
Oh,
Now let me pause it. Do you see in any way?
Of him fighting back?
Right.
no, he's taking it like a G though. Them hits weren't phasing him. It looked like.
Now, is there? And can I ask a question to you guys? Let's say you guys are police officers. Is there anything that can be said to you that would trigger you to spaz out like they did?
Let me rephrase that question. In your line of work, anyone's line of work,
Right.
What can be said to you that can allow you to swing on somebody?
Well, the reason
Yo,
why I bring up
mamas.
the reason why I
Wait,
say
wait,
police officers is because you're supposed to have a higher standard of tolerance.
Bingo. So that's why I'm asking. In anyone's line of work, who can you swing on? Lord knows we got some hated coworkers.
Right.
There's one coworker I would drop that anyway. But the point is,
Trust me,
can
have a
I
few.
and still be considered a coworker?
Right. Let's watch the rest of the tape. Now this is back to back. Yo, he's out.
Look at this shit.
He's out.
Wow.
Okay, he didn't take that last hit like a G.
Yo, this house music in the background is not
I know.
helping the situation.
No, I don't think they hear it though.
I hear it. I hear follow
Loud and
me
clear.
while we
Well,
are
And they
watching this.
Who was the guy sitting in the corner minding his business like
know.
that?
He
Well,
was
this
not
guy right
getting
here?
involved.
Yeah, he ain't see a thing.
I heard nothing.
he's
saw
like, I
nothing.
don't know nothing. I ain't see nothing.
Check my
All
family.
he hears is commotion. He ain't see a thing.
Oh, they And he rammed his head in the door. Oh.
Wow.
I'm surprised he's still conscious after all that.
Wow. So they dragged him from his feet.
Yo, so I got 2 comments.
They've been placed on paid leave. All right, what's the comments?
All right, so boom. Antoine says it's an apartment complex. They told him to sit and he didn't move fast enough.
Okay, I'm sorry. So say that again. Sorry, Bino.
Antoine, he says it's an apartment complex. They told him to sit and he didn't move fast enough. Gudit says the police got a call on the wire of a young dude involved in a domestic dispute with a woman on that floor. This guy had absolutely nothing to do with it. They asked him to move, he did. They asked him to move further, and he did. When he went back to texting on his phone, officers went ape shit on him for no fucking reason other than they wanted to. His injuries are really bad. And Trinimon says that's his friend to the side.
What kind of
Well,
friend?
some friend you are, bro.
Yo,
Jesus.
you suck.
You won't be standing at my wedding.
Now, to be fair, you can't have your friend.
Yeah, but he could at least get up and be like, guys,
Yeah,
chill.
right, something.
Guys, stop. Do something, bro.
He ain't trying to get knocked out.
You just want to sit on the side?
No. I mean, I guess you guys don't want me around if you get the ass kicked.
Yeah. I see you, yo. You stay right in that booth, okay?
Can we see the 3 slots of me, Bino, and Voice looking all bright, and then 1 dark slot of Preach on the top of the thing? Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is ridiculous. Yeah, that's crazy.
That's nuts.
Like straight jumped him.
Be the dude punching him
You
in
would
the
think
face.
that he would
is
sleep with
so
somebody's wife.
unnecessary.
and that's a black cop. Let's be,
Of course.
Of course.
What
of course.
KRS-One was talking about here.
Right.
Wow.
Savage.
It's more than 1 black clock.
Savage. But that Baldwin punching him in the face.
No, that
catching fade,
that was ridiculous.
No, I'm not gonna lie though. That person in the corner is probably playing it smart. Don't get involved. He's a witness. He heard everything that's going on. He heard everything was said.
But have some use to yourself. Get up and walk away. Like, why are you sitting
Nah,
there
I
squatting?
would've
You
stayed.
cannot listen. You cannot be my friend looking at that
Yeah,
and not even flinch.
you
He
quiet,
didn't
you
flinch.
chilling.
Look at him in the corner. He didn't flinch.
He didn't move.
That's
Stay-
not your friend.
I don't think he's a friend, but I think that he played it wise. Because there's a cop right there watching him, making sure he doesn't move, and they probably told him, "Listen, you stay there, don't do anything."
They're on paid leave. Wow, that must be nice.
Very.
So I get to kick somebody's ass and then get paid for it and time off. Wow.
Take your kids to Disney World.
I know, right?
Wow.
While the case gets,
Yeah. Trinimon says the cops told him to sit down, stay down.
Yeah, most likely
Listen.
that's the case.
Listen, you were a witness. You the
Yo,
witness.
that is crazy.
So this camera.
This is
you
so
know how many
crazy.
witnesses there are in police brutality now, and they be like, get out of here.
Maybe.
Look at the guy in the
But
Eric Gardner case. You know what they did to him after that case?
They rocked him. Yeah.
They rocked him. They did him dirty.
So, do we know what camera got this footage?
Got
Was
to
it
be the
the
apartment
building?
Part of the
camera.
building,
Yeah,
the building camera. The
So
security
these
camera.
idiot cops probably didn't know that the camera was there.
Right.
Went
No,
crazy.
of course not. They. It's amazing to me.
I'm surprised they didn't erase the footage.
Delano says he was high. Who was high?
Guys,
Even
here's,
if he was.
wait. Everybody on the thread,
Is that-
stop trying to find justification for this shit. I'm sorry. In no way do you see the guy try to attack any of the officers.
No. I think he's saying the guy sitting down was high.
Oh, okay.
Did you mean that?
But I don't like.
Regardless, yeah.
Well, yeah, he definitely looked high. But this idea, because I've seen it in other outlets where they say, well, maybe he said something to the officers that triggered them.
can you
You
say?
can't say anything that you can defend
People are
this.
trained.
You were supposed
not
to be a
lose their
trained
cool.
professional at all times.
Right.
If you are a cop, you're dealing with these kind of situations. Shit, if you work at a call center and
Right.
you call someone and they blow you up, can you respond back to them and still keep your job?
True.
I blew up my ATT the other day.
Of course
the
you
lady
did.
took it so well. Excuse me, Mom. I'm sorry.
Nice.
That's wild.
Man, woo.
That's crazy to me. Like, and these outlets that are saying, well, you know, if he would have just complied, what else did you want him to do?
He's not even resisting as they're
Not at
touching
all.
him. Like,
Take them hits and take that money later.
Listen, even if they say, "Yo, get
That
off the
hit could
get off the
even
phone,"
If the money, that hit can kill you.
Absolutely,
We talked about
absolutely.
it last week. Of
He
course it
punched
can.
him. He sucker
Yes.
punched him dead in the face.
Yes.
all right, let me play this story, the news story, and let's get some sound with this.
4 officers to beat a man into submission. We warn you this video is graphic.
Thank you. We already saw
Already
it.
submitted.
Ignited protests in the Phoenix suburb. The man who was beaten spoke to reporters today.
Wow.
And
Look at this
Jamie
stupid
Yukas
shit.
has our updates.
And they wait a minute. You have body cameras? You have body cameras? And you still. So nowhere in their mind are they saying, yo, hey, Ricky, maybe we shouldn't do this. We have cameras on ourselves.
I hope they proved that it was something personal.
Yo, that's
Something like
crazy.
that. It had to be personal.
So you
Something like that gotta be
you
proven.
suited up with your uniform, knowing you had a body camera on.
He had to have slept with one of their wives or something.
That's what I'm
shit
saying.
like
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You would think that
At the
he
end of
slept
the
with
day,
somebody's
those
wife.
body cameras don't stop anything, and that's something that we discussed a couple of months ago. Like, that's not stopping nothing.
Hey, that to me, that what does that say about the individuals involved then? That you still Jesus
the door
Christ.
Oh, shut
Can
the
you-
fuck.
Can you close the door, please?
I gotta close the door. It was ridiculous.
Can you close the door, please? Now, now.
Did somebody just open that door?
We apologize, audience.
There
This
you
is
go.
something that we caught us
There
off
you
guard.
go.
There
There
we
you
You
go.
whore? No.
But yo, this idea that you suit up with a body camera on, and you're still able to carry out this act against this guy, and you know you're videotaping this.
I don't even want the money. I just want a fair one with the guy punching me in my face.
No, I
yo,
want
at
the
this
money.
point, yo. You keep the money, yo.
Family man, I'm a goddamn person.
Robert Johnson says he's still replaying the May 23rd incident over in his
Wow.
mind.
I want Mesa to be held accountable for what they have done.
Newly released body cam video shows the moment when 4 Mesa police officers and a sergeant first confronted
A
Johnson.
sergeant.
A sergeant.
They were responding to a domestic disturbance call. While the suspect they were looking for complies with an order to sit, Johnson is asked several times and appears not to comply. This is what happens next.
Wow.
Nah, that bull-headed one got a
Nah.
He gotta
Who
go.
is unarmed,
He has to be
takes several
fired.
blows to the head and is
No, he
rammed
needs to-
into an
he needs to be
elevator
charged.
door. After being handcuffed, he can be heard swearing at officers.
He should.
Putting their hands on me? You want them subdued? How the are you? Huh? Huh?
At one point, police indicate he's spitting at them. and
Yeah,
gives
he
He
them a-
should.
How pretty are you?
Start that. Don't you dare try to. You're trying to spit.
The officers are on paid leave. The Mesa Police Union says there's been a rush to judgment, but one use of force
Dude is
expert
hog tied
disagrees.
like a pit.
I think this is a rather clear-cut case of unreasonable force. It's remarkable how passive the suspect remains, being punched in the face repeatedly,
Wow.
and then goes down to the ground.
Wow.
Jamie, you were just in that press conference. The Mesa Police Department does have a history here. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, Jeff, there are a number of cases that have made national headlines when it comes to excessive force, especially one that's being reviewed now by the Department of Justice, where an officer shot and killed an unarmed man who was begging for his life, and that was caught on camera. Now, I can tell
So
you
there have
that
been
that
other cases
officer
with this.
was acquitted on murder charges last year, and that's when feds picked up the case.
All right, Jamie Yuka is following the case in Mesa, Arizona tonight. Jamie, thanks.
Wow.
So it's safe to say they're going to be held accountable now, especially with the histories.
Wow.
So what I hope they don't do is kind of let this shit die down and hope
Right.
everyone forgets, and then these guys are back on the force, yo. Like, and this is, guys, you cop lovers, this is what gets them killed.
Yeah.
Period. So if you love the cops like you say you do, try to persuade them to not do shit like this, because a crazy person sees this and goes
Yeah,
animal on.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And no way are we saying that that crazy person's right, but these are some of the causes.
This is what happens.
This is what triggers it.
So Golpe says, you find this disturbing. It's way worse in corrections. This
I
is
could
true.
Imagine.
This is true.
Oh, yeah. I would, yeah.
Of course.
I mean,
they demonstrated similar actions.
but you got to
What they
imagine
do.
that, prison is like Animal House. Like, you're just trying to survive pretty much on both sides, whether you're a correction officer or you're an inmate. But this is a guy, I don't care if you curse at him or whatever, you don't deserve any, just because you wanted him to sit down. And as we rock out to dance music,
Yeah,
we're going to take a quick
I
break.
wonder if they hear it.
I don't know, but I got to let them know. Like, yo, is the door closed or?
Yeah, the door's
It's closed.
closed and locked. I put a damn chair behind it, too.
Yo, this house music is crazy.
Is bumping. All right, Sunday morning breakfast. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we got to talk about the Complex did a 50 greatest dramas of all time. We got to check out that list. All right, Sunday morning breakfast. We'll be right back. All right, Sunday morning breakfast. Call us up 516-900-2278. Before we get to this greatest dramas of all time, and also obviously once we are telling this list, we would like you to share your opinion or what you feel is the best drama of all time. There was this. Listen, one of the reasons why we're in this new studio is because what would you like to call it? Let's just say a real estate agent just like this one. Oh, see, he went on this drunken rant. Here's the backstory. So I guess he got into a conflict with an individual at a club, actually not far from here, actually on Jefferson and Wyckoff, which is like 3 blocks from here, right?
Say it isn't so.
Oh, right. So he gets into a confrontation with a bouncer and then continues to start yapping his mouth, talking about how great he is, and he uses a few choice words during this exchange. And then you kind of figure out, this is what happens in Brooklyn, or what's been happening in Brooklyn. Let's go to the tape. Now, let me just pause it there. That's not the house music next door. That is the house music from the club. Just make sure.
Repeat what you said, please. Repeat what you just said before that. Why did you say that?
Yes. You just hit me in the face, you dumb.
I understand it, but why do you have to call him that?
You dumb. Just hit me in the face.
Why do you call him that, though?
Well, let me uncensor the beep for you. He calls him the derogatory term for Hispanics, which is the S word.
Oh.
I'm not going to say it, but he has no problem saying it himself.
In Bushwick.
In Bushwick, my
all places.
That's up, bro. Why did you call him that? I'm just curious on why. This is my first time doing this. Why did you call him that?
This is my first time logging a racist.
Repeat what you told him. Repeat that, please.
Yes.
You're on camera now, so you can't say it, right? That's really harsh of
You
you.
just hit me, you dumb. He just hit me. You okay? Are you okay?
I'm fine.
So you heard the in the yes. All right, just making sure.
You better get a police officer here right now.
No matter
otherwise
what
I'm
he
gonna
did
end up
to
in
you,
a coffin.
You shouldn't have said what you said.
Wyckoff in Jefferson.
In the hood.
For no reason.
No, that's not the hood. That's here.
I ain't the hood anymore.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Unbelievable.
I'm recording
You
this.
are you a dumb? No, I didn't. I'm not you dumb. Going to jail, you dumb. I would love to see that.
He calls him the N word.
You're good, man. You're
Get a
good.
talk here right now, otherwise I'm going to end up burying.
He called me a
guy.
He
You understand?
Oh yeah, he's a black guy now. He's a black guy
Brett,
now.
I'm going to bury you, you black guy. You understand?
He's a black
I will
guy.
bury you.
You black
Bury
guy,
you.
yes.
Okay? Wyckoff in Jefferson right now.
He's a black guy now. Before that, he called him a.
Dude, go away,
I'm a.
This bouncer is going to.
Mind you, this is a real estate agent in Brooklyn. I think we've seen enough, though.
Yeah.
I think we're pretty much good with that. So, let me. Oh, his name is Chris Giardina. He has since been fired as his job as a real estate agent, I guess for whatever firm he was with. So I don't think they revoke your license for that, though, because they call that an everyday thing, apparently.
Exactly.
No, but just like with judges and lawyers and cops, racist real estate agents can affect people's lives.
Redlining, absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So if you're outwardly a bigot, you probably shouldn't be selling people's homes.
Especially if it's familiar.
Because that makes sure that certain people aren't in certain neighborhoods, yes?
Yep, in the story, it says drunk.
Correct.
I like how they framed it. Drunk hipster is fired from his job as a realtor after being recorded hurling racist.
There's nothing hip about racism.
We need a commercial.
That's right.
Racist slurs at a Hispanic man and a black bouncer outside a Brooklyn nightclub. Chris Giardina, 29. Pretty sure he went to Malloy.
29. He looks double our age.
Yeah, he went to
That's
Malloy.
because
all
when you
older than
have all
him.
that hate in your heart.
Yeah.
And all that
It ages you
alcohol on
quite
top
fast.
of it.
Exactly.
Was filmed after being thrown out of the club or caught on camera shouting racist abuse at a black bouncer and a Hispanic man. The police were called, but there were no arrests. Giardina from the Boston area. Oh, now it is all making sense now. A hipster realtor from Brooklyn was. All right, it just repeats the story. He loses his cool. He says, "F you N-word."
Nice.
I don't know why he was calling the cops. You got kicked out of the club, yet you call the cops? What a man privilege, I got to tell you.
People do that all the time.
It must be nice.
Mrs. Preach says that these racist white mofos are real brave in Trump's era, boy.
Yo.
Yeah, they are.
How many of these tapes have we seen? I don't even want to say Trump era. I would say ever since
Probably even when Obama was around, just because they were so angry.
Okay. That's when all started to unfold.
Oh, so we have word from Giardina. He told the New York Post that although he was drunk at the time, he was not a racist because someone else used the N-word first. Oh, well then, that excuses everything.
Yeah,
man.
well, he spoke to the Post of all newspapers.
Oh yeah, that's true. That is true.
Well, there you go too.
He says the word that I used that I'm embarrassed by using was being thrown around the entire time. It was already in the air.
Yes. And he breathed it in and caught a contact high of racism.
You catch it.
Nigger. Yeah. Yo, the only thing better than seeing these people do that in his videos are the excuses. I was going through a lot.
Racism
Yes,
in the
exactly.
air.
Well, you said it so I could say it.
Yes, exactly.
Shit. It doesn't make me racist. It makes me an idiot. Well, that he's on.
Put it together. You're a racist idiot. Yes.
Racism in the air.
Corinne's right. Stop blaming me on alcohol. I hate when people blame certain actions on alcohol. Because I was drunk, I did blah, blah, blah. No, you wanted to do it, and alcohol is only your excuse. Stop.
Giardina also says the video was manipulated. Apparently, I guess somebody dubbed the
Nigger. Yes.
Yeah.
When he says nigger, he sounds like me all of a sudden.
Hey, leave me alone, nigger.
Charles, what are you sending?
Hey, get away from me. Speak.
Yes, Erica says, so it's airborne like the flu. Yes.
Exactly.
So it's contagious.
Exactly.
Apparently it's flu and nigger season.
Exactly. Side effect of air, racism. Okay.
I guess Roseanne got contracted with the same
Exactly.
issue, right? Unbelievable. He claimed that the crowd outside the bar was actually on my side until he started dropping racial epithets, and then they all
They stopped clapping.
Then they were like, yo.
Hey, you.
Yes.
That's not a nice word.
They were like, ooh, sorry about that. There were no arrests, according to police. So, yeah.
Oh, so he didn't end up in a casket?
No, he did not end up in the casket. He used to work for a hipster. I hate this freaking word now. A hipster apartment broker firm called MySpace NYC, but has since been fired by the company for his racist outburst. I wonder how that day back to work was like.
I'm pretty sure he's gonna find. Another
Excuse
job
me,
quickly.
Chris. Can you come into our office? God damn it! You're not supposed to say the word out loud.
Smelling like last week's alcohol.
Mm-hmm. Corinne says, where are the videos of black and brown people on racist rants? I'll wait.
Ooh. That's why she bears my children.
Look at you all
Look
proud.
at
You look excited
I'm
back
all
there.
proud.
Yes, I'm on my way home, honey.
Stay in that dark room.
Hater.
Yo.
All right.
Yo, Antoine says BET movie voiceovers. He ain't lying.
Word.
You ain't lived
Those
until
are
you
the
see
worst.
Belly
Motherflicker.
on BET.
Listen, that, and you
What?
know what's really
Get
bad
this Mickey
too?
Ficky away from me.
Any show on VH1 too is
Yo,
horrible.
that's why when they had those rumors about Power going to BET,
Oh, you
my
were
ass was
upset.
striking like a mother. If I gotta hear Tommy, I'm canceling yo Mickey Ficky Chris. I'm out of here. I swear to you, I'm canceling Stars,
the first
cable,
time I ever
all
seen,
of that shit.
The first time I seen Mickey Ficky was like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, "What is Mickey Ficky?"
Mickey Ficky is motherfucker.
Well,
Yes,
I'm aware
clearly,
now,
yes.
but it took me like 15
But it's
minutes.
the
I kept
BET version.
Well, Bino, you gotta understand. She never really saw the raw version.
I was
So,
about to say
yeah,
she don't
so-
know that they curse for
I
real.
love Belly.
Right,
Belly's
right.
one of my favorite movies. Thank you very much.
Ooh, you take that.
Belly.
Take that.
Belly's
I
one of
love
her
Belly.
favorite
Bailey,
Yes,
out of all the movies,
Belly
It's
was, I
Belly.
actually went on my first date with my teenage boyfriend. We went to
watch
go see
Belly.
Belly.
to watch Belly.
I was 16. Yeah.
we gotta
I'm
go
about
back.
to say that's a cheap ass date.
Yeah,
Yo, what?
we
what?
were 16. What money do we
I
have?
can't.
All right, so Complex this week released the 50 greatest dramas of all time. We're not going to say all of them because obviously we'll be here all day. So we'll do the top 10. I'll also look at a few of them and see get your guys' opinions on this. Also the thread, because share your opinion on this as well. Let us know what your favorite drama is or was. As I'm going through this, I've never seen This Is Us. That is number 49 on the list.
Oh God, everyone that's
Everybody,
makes me cry
yes.
all the time.
Are you serious?
Oh,
Every episode is sad.
Bawling, like literally like bawling.
I
Like,
refuse to watch it in front of Sweet Mama.
Smalls cannot like. If
Bino,
I'm
what's
sitting
the
there
matter?
watching that,
Nothing.
he can't.
Smalls has to leave the
He
room.
has to leave because I'm bawling Tuesday nights.
Are you really serious?
Yes. No, I swear.
All right. Big Love. You guys remember Big Love was that was with the multiple.
The guy died.
Well, yeah, with the multiple wives. Queer Ass Folks, never saw that. Felicity, nope, never really saw that. My So-Called Life, which was
I love my
that was ahead of its time.
Yes, it was. And it was only like 2 seasons.
I remember that.
Yeah, it was really short.
That was one of my favorite shows.
Really, really short. But it was
94 to 95.
It was absolutely right. Yep. That was ahead of its time. Saint Elsewhere, who had
I wasn't even. Were we born when that was out? Denzel was on that, right?
Denzel, yep, absolutely.
I see Mark Heyman. Yeah.
Wait, go back up. Oh,
Yeah.
crap, look at Denzel. Same voice, same old face, too.
Denzel spilling coffee angrily.
Miami Vice.
I remember Miami Vice.
Awesome. Woo!
It's what is it? Hot in the city. Hot in the city tonight.
All right, simmer down. But yes, I remember that.
Yo, so for all you Game of Thrones fans, Rome was a show on HBO. It wasn't on for long. What was it? 2005, 2000. It was ahead of that. Was basically the precursor to all this Rome shit now. Like, it was very raw. It was really dope. And for whatever reason, it got canceled. Now this,
not the fake OJ.
American Crime Story is one of the
my
great.
favorite. Let me tell you something. This 10-part series is my favorite.
It's so dope.
Right?
Like, it was crazy.
It was so
Let me
good.
actually share this with the screen because I'm going to scroll down with on the screen with this with everybody. So yeah,
That was amazing.
that was really dope.
Not
I never
Black OJ.
really got into Black Mirror.
I have.
No.
Firefly, no.
Weirdo.
X-Files. I'm not a sci-fi dude.
Me and Musclehead definitely watch this all the time. Oh, absolutely.
The OC.
I remember that.
I remember that, but I never watched it.
Yes. The California joint. That was my shit. I can't even lie.
Beverly Hills.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course.
This raised us.
Vino clapping profusely for Beverly Hills.
Do it again.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Dylan, Brenda. Yes.
Yo, this is wild.
The Leftovers. Never heard of it.
Oh, The Leftovers is based off a book. That's where people get left behind. Yeah, I remember this.
Yeah, seriously.
Nobody knows that.
Yes.
Justified. Nope.
Law
and Order.
I mean, we could sit there and watch that all day.
We could watch. I mean, the marathon.
All 18 versions of
Yeah,
it.
well, you got to watch. I like SVU. I don't know.
So do I love it.
So I don't know if they have that separated, but Veronica Mars never really got into that.
I remember it though.
Battlestar Galactica, Hill Street Blues.
I never watched that. Did you
Never
guys
watched it.
We were kids though. We were young.
Yeah, you might have been too young for that. The Walking Dead, which a lot of people like.
This is Small's favorite series, and I swear every time I go into the living room, all I hear is "Rawr." Like I just like how do you watch it? And he gets
While you're
very
crying
upset.
watching This Is Us, he goes and watches The Walking
Very
Dead.
upset with me because he's watching this. He's like, Crystal, like what's his name, Hagen or Fagan or what? I'm like, listen, I don't.
You're not down.
I can't.
I'm not really into the zombie stuff, but
people swear by it.
They definitely swear by it.
That's dope.
Star Trek: Next Generation.
This bore the life out of me.
I hated that.
What?
Never.
Game of Thrones, which a lot of people love, obviously.
It's another one of Small's favorites. On
I
Sunday nights.
I never really got into it. By the way, who used to hate when MASH used to come on?
Me
used to see the anytime you saw the helicopter, you were like, oh god.
Sad ass theme song.
That theme song. Remember, it used to come on like Channel 5 at like 2 o'clock. You like forget it.
I'll be like,
It's time to knock
After wrestling. Yes.
Oh yeah, that's another major.
Now, clap that up for Oz.
I never seen Oz.
Oz was
Nas was so good. Oz was so good. Rather, I saw the guy who played the head of the Nazis. I saw him in person, and I told him, I said, "Yo, you did a wonderful job on that shit." And he looked at me awkwardly. I'm like, "Yeah, I know. A Negro telling you as a Nazi." And we laughed.
The way you
they're both from Law and Order too.
They both are on Law and Order.
The way you said nigger was invigorating.
I know, right? Yes.
It was invigorating. I never got to watch ER. I know ER was pretty good.
That's on ER. Hyped up NBC Thursday
24.
night, basically.
That was my father's favorite show in the world.
24?
Mm-hmm.
I never really got into 20.
I think they rebooted it at one time too, or something.
I think the premise of it was really dope because I think the whole wasn't it. Somebody on the thread correct me. I think the whole season would be a span of 24 hours. Yeah, one day, like a span of 24 hours. So
Musclehead says they better have NYPD Blue on there.
Let's see. So I never saw Friday Night Lights.
I kept hearing about Friday Night Lights, but I never watched it.
Never watched The West Wing. I heard it was really good. Twin Peaks.
Wow, that's classic.
Yeah.
That was only on for a year.
1990 to 91. That's it.
Only 1 year though.
Yeah, but it's a classic show.
Yeah.
What was that about? I never saw it.
Yeah, good luck with
I
that.
think a family or something.
All right, and
Buffy the
11,
Vampire
Buffy the Vampire
I hated
Slayer.
the series. I hated the series. The movie was good.
The movie was good.
The
Yes,
movie was
boy.
great. The movie was great.
I didn't even know there was a movie.
There was, yeah,
But the
it
series
was.
was a long time, no?
Yeah, it was
Slow
on for a
down
minute.
Was that my man Seth?
Slow down a little bit.
Yo, yeah, it was on for a
Six
minute.
years.
UPN 9.
Seth Green.
Yup.
Yeah.
Yup. All right, so let's get to the top 10 dramas according to Complex.
Let's do it,
Dramas.
let's do
Uh,
I
Number
don't
10.
even remember that.
6 Feet Under.
I remember that.
I remember that. I never watched
It was on
it.
HBO, yeah.
HBO, yes,
I never
yes,
watched
yes,
it. I heard it was really
I did
good.
watch it. It was okay.
It was wasn't that bad. Let's get to number 9.
Breaking
oh
Bad.
man,
I've never
Breaking
watched it.
Bad. Listen, Breaking Bad is it's a very very good show. A lot of people think it's the best show of all time, best drama of all time.
I've heard it.
I wouldn't say that
AMC
much.
Really, AMC. We have to give a shout out to
some
AMC.
heat.
Yo,
because
they've got-
remember
some
AMC
heat.
American
They've-
movie classics, and they've turned it into something.
So like some
totally-
original.
Yeah,
programming and all that.
it's that's an unbelievable show though. It is a really good show. Number 8, never watched Lost.
Never me
Lost
neither.
is good.
Really?
Yeah, I watched it. It's I would me myself.
What was the plane crashes and they're on an island
And
for
they were trying to escape forever.
Is it odd to anyone
and
else that
wasn't
the
the
voice
end-
watches TV?
it's too expensive.
I know, right?
You let your Con Ed go for that?
No.
You pay
Musclehead took
cable
care of
for it?
all that, so I'd go to his house and we just pretty
Don't
much
say
have a
that.
routine.
How much is American Hero?
Yeah, no, the Mercury took care of me. He was actually being a hero and saving my expense. So yeah,
Wow.
definitely.
Wow.
And then they
What's
said,
one thing?
wasn't the last episode like a dream? Or
Yeah,
something?
wasn't it all just a dream or
I
some shit?
hate those shits. I hate them.
Yeah.
I hate them. I hate them.
All right, let's get to number 7. Oh, there you have
There
it.
you go, Muscle Skillet and YPD Blue.
Now, first of all, I remember I wasn't supposed to watch NYPD Blue because they had that.
It used to have some TNA there.
Yeah, but they also used to say something before the show premiered or
Like one of
broadcasted.
those, there's TNA.
Yeah, like
And their mother was like,
go
I
to
don't
bed.
know.
And I remember, so I watched it one time with my cousin, and we're like, "Yo, let's see what the show's about."
Not Pat. Not
And then
Cousin
the
Pat.
Oh, it had to
guy,
be Cousin Pat.
Cousin Pat, me and Cousin Pat were watching it. I remember the guy walked up the stairs, and his bare
You see,
ass
the,
was
you see
out,
the cheeks, yeah.
and he smacked his ass. I'm like, "What is that about?" Like,
Whoa.
and this is on ABC. What the hell's going on? So yeah, definitely ahead of its time. I never saw this.
Shield was crazy.
The Shield?
Nah, I
Shield
never
was
seen it.
bananas. Yes.
Really?
Now I see exactly
Man.
where
The
we
Shield's
got
crazy.
that.
That short bald guy,
from
he's a
in
really good
WWE.
actor.
Oh yeah.
Remember, he was on a commish back in the day.
Yes,
What's
yes.
his name? Michael Chiklis. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
Shield was bananas.
The Twilight Zone.
Nah.
Never
None of
really-
us were born when this was out. Yes.
Yeah, we couldn't care less. Number 4, Deadwood. Never watched
Never
Deadwood.
watched it.
Never got into that. Number 3, Mad Men.
Never watched
Listen,
it.
a lot of people's.
AMC again. See?
Yeah,
Yo, I just know the guy from the memes.
Which guy is that?
The guy in the middle, right there. You just
Oh
had
yeah,
the
yeah,
arrow
yeah,
with him.
yeah,
Yes.
Okay. Number 2. Oh yeah.
Of course,
Yes.
Sopranos.
Oh
Yes.
my
Yes.
God.
Yes.
I mean, me
then
and
we
Bino-
already know what number 1
Me
is,
and
yo.
Bino were joking about this all the Sopranos. They have so many funny scenes in The Sopranos.
The Sopranos is more comedy than drama.
It is hilarious. And as you listen, if
Oh, we already know what number 1 is.
you have to know what number 1
Please,
is.
please.
Let's
Let's all
Survey
get it
says-
together as a family.
Yeah.
No
I never
Wire.
watched it. I never watched it.
Wow. You never watched it.
No, I never watched it.
So
Greatness.
I have to say, now listen, I was late thanks to Bino. I have to give credit where credit is due. Bino put me onto The Wire, and I remember I didn't leave my house for a good week.
I heard that. I heard that you don't ever want to leave your house.
Nah,
if you
listen,
watch
not
it.
at all.
Everyone who gets a certain level of closeness to me, except for your ass, okay, watches The Wire. If you haven't, you will.
Well, one
when
day
me and
I
Sweet
need
Mama
to-
first got together, we had the great dates. We were talking. I said, wait a minute. I
For
left The
8
Wire.
hours?
Yes,
For 8
exactly.
hours? Yes.
You know, you on the phone and
You fall
you
asleep
messing
on
with
the
the
phone?
cord and shit. Okay, we're all here with that, right?
When you take the phone from the corner.
Yo, that's when she said she never seen The Wire and the record skipped in the club. I said, shh. I said, whoa, Mama, you're going to have to watch The Wire. She watched The Wire for a week. I probably didn't speak to her but twice because every time I called her, I got to call you back. The Wire's on. And she would hang up the phone. It'll be
You know
dead
what?
ass.
I think that this week I'm gonna binge watch it.
I think not.
You're-
But if you insist.
Yeah.
No, I'm telling you,
I think
you're
I
not.
am.
You're not gonna leave your home. You're gonna miss work.
Yo.
You're not. You're,
It's amazing. You feel you're a part of the show.
You feel like you're
Like-
in Baltimore?
I'm telling you.
Yo, it is
What
so
I do
good.
know is the gay guy.
Oh, Omar.
Omar.
Oh,
I
man.
know that sexy ass
Relax. Oh my God.
Idris Elba. Lord
So-
have mercy.
So who was his Stringer Bell? Was Idris
I
Elba?
don't care what his name is in the show.
Well, you'll find out as you watch the show this week.
Yes.
God willing.
Guys, over under that Crystal really watches it.
Under.
I don't believe it.
Couple comments real quick. Somebody, Miss Sweet Mama. she
Are there
mentioned
any dramas that they're missing?
Quantum Leap?
Hell no.
Quantum Leap had his fan base big.
21 Jump Street?
Yeah.
21 Jump Street is probably my favorite show. But The Wire is my favorite show of all time. The Wire in a Different World. It's not even
Got a couple more. Let's see. Moonlighting. Moonlighting was good.
Oh yeah,
Bruce Willis.
Yes. I remember that song too. It's gonna come back to me. They had a good.
Yes.
They had a good theme song.
Knots Landing and Kobe's. Ooh, some real
remember
big
Kobe's.
age.
I remember Knots Landing.
I know Knots Landing. I've heard of Kobe's.
What else we
Sweet
got?
Mama says you should watch it during 4th of July weekend. So to give
Yes.
yourself
Oh
Yes.
yeah, have
Yes,
a long weekend.
absolutely.
Yes.
Oh,
even though
man.
she won't watch it then either.
Man, who else is? Colonel Taylor's in it. He was the mayor at the time.
Yeah, Mayor Royce.
Yes.
Antoine says we should stop amping her, let her see for herself. Antoine, she ain't going to see shit. That's why we amp.
Yeah,
DeAndre said I hated The Wire. It reminds me of the 80s too much.
DeAndre, I hate you. Get the hell up out the way.
It reminded him of the 80s too much.
What happened in the 80s that you can't be reminded?
Were you there when the Bronx was burning,
Yo,
DeAndre?
his flashbacks are crack era Brooklyn. What is it? What happened in the 80s? It's like a jungle sometimes that makes me wonder. Like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Oh, two more.
Reminds me of the 80s.
MacGyver.
Get out of here,
Yes,
Curtis Blow.
MacGyver was good.
MacGyver
MacGyver,
was
18.
more action.
No, I'm not done with
No.
DeAndre. What the hell are you talking? Yo, people say they hate The Wire, so I take this shit so personally. What is he talking about?
Reminds of the crack.
Reminds him of the 80s. You were a fetus. What are you talking about?
You were a fetus. I guess he was watching.
Man, them 9 months was long.
No,
in the 80s,
he
boy.
heard him in the womb, man. He heard him in the womb.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Grey's Anatomy.
Broken glass everywhere.
Yes.
Antoine says season 2 was still whack. Antoine, I don't give a shit
it
about your
wasn't.
opinion.
No,
season
no.
2 set up season
Yes,
3.
it is. Season 2 was not that
Season 2
bad.
is
It
a
was
set
really
up
good.
season. Yo, stop it.
And that's how you know a series is good.
Knight Rider wasn't a drama though. We're talking about drama.
Nah.
Somebody said the 18.
I mean,
like,
Knight Rider
what?
was action. Knight Rider and 18, these are action.
So
Action
was
movies, yeah.
MacGyver. They were all action.
Yeah,
They were
Highlander, all
Highlander,
that, all that
Airwolf.
Channel 9 crap on Saturday.
Yeah, exactly.
drama. Right after wrestling, you
Somebody's
knew,
gonna say
you knew you had to
227.
take a
I'm
nap.
out of
But
here.
nobody agrees with Grey's Anatomy. I know you agreed with it.
Oh,
That
that's
is
a good
Scandal.
one.
That
I
is
never watched
Scandal.
it.
I agree
Grey's
with.
Anatomy, yeah.
Scandal,
Oh,
let me tell you,
Scandal.
Scandal.
Well,
no
no,
matter
first-
how
the first few
crazy
seasons.
season 6 got, I was a fan of Scandal. Like every Thursday, you cannot bother me at 9 o'clock.
How to
Antoine,
Get Away with
I'm
Murder,
literally
then.
going to hit you up later on so we can finish arguing this, y'all. y'all trying to piss
He's
me
not
off.
arguing with you though.
Yeah, no, he's telling me we'll argue this later. Yes, we will.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I have no problem. DeAndre, you can get some of this
He
argument
said,
too.
But he really said he
He
didn't like
reminded him
it.
of the 80s over here. What is he talking about?
I have no
Well,
idea.
Preach. How to Get Away with Murder.
Yeah.
I know you
I
mentioned
never-
that before.
I
But
never-
it's not.
never
I
seen
don't
that.
think it's right now. I feel like a lot of these ended. The only one I think probably Law and Order.
Yo, there was so many
Speaking of
dynamics.
ending, why is Empire still on?
I have no idea.
Someone help me out here.
Please.
Let me tell you
Oh,
something.
God.
I watched one episode of Empire and I felt like I was reading the New York Post. I was like, "What in the like?" What? I couldn't. I really
Hey,
thought
man.
it was. I thought it was a joke.
No, it
At
was-
first, I thought it was like a
First season was
parody.
beautiful. Yeah, yeah.
And then
Right.
I'm like, "Oh no, people really watch this and like it. It's horrible."
I was biased because I really can't take Terrence Howard. But
Hey, man.
yeah, I can't.
Hey,
do it. I
man.
can't do
Man.
it. I cannot take him.
What,
at
you
all.
can't take the hair.
No,
Whoop
it's
that shit.
the accent, the just everything.
I
about
know
him.
people live
His
by it
album
though.
definitely was
He
the greatest of all
irks the
time.
hell out of me, B.
Some
The
people live
only
R&B
time
album.
I can deal with him is in like them Best Man movies, and even then they come out every 15
Exactly.
years.
Right.
Nah, listen. The Wire has everything. It's an
I'm gonna
unbelievable
watch
series.
it. I promise I'm gonna
No,
watch
you're
it.
not.
I am gonna watch it. You shut up.
It was like that father who's going out to the store and be right back.
I'm gonna get some cigarettes.
20 years later in the back of the graduation.
Charles Shore says that Empire sucks ass.
He ain't lying, though.
Empire's not good.
Now I'm not going to hold you.
Wait a
I watched
minute.
the
Whoa,
first
whoa.
2 seasons.
Let me ask you a question though.
Go ahead.
There should be another drama on this list. Power.
No.
Power doesn't beat.
No.
Let's look through
I don't
this
think
list
yet.
again.
It's great.
No, because listen, we sit here and we watch it after every show for a reason. When it does come on.
Because it's
when
great
they do,
commentary,
When
but
they
it's
do
not
decide to
this.
put it up.
No, Howard's not on. He's literally going through the whole list.
No, I'm, trying to,
Power- oh, okay.
I'm looking at what shows
He should do a Control
Power is
F.
better than,
Oh.
in my opinion.
Here's the thing with Power. The storylines are hit and miss.
And they cater to a certain
Yeah.
The
demographic.
acting outside of Lobos and
When
Holly.
Right. When
Right.
Tommy
It's pretty
found
unbearable.
his father, when Tommy found his father, come on, we was like,
Oh my God.
it was so predictable.
Wait a minute.
Like,
You cancel Christmases too? I love you. Like,
Here comes the
It's
disrespect.
wild stupid.
Here comes the disrespect. Go ahead, Preach. I'm waiting for it.
Star Trek?
It's way better than fucking Star Trek.
I
Without a
don't
doubt.
know.
Pow-
I don't know if its legacy is going to beat the Klingons over here. I don't know.
Power
Star
is better
Trek
than
been
Star
on
Trek.
since 1945,
I
and
don't
you
give
gonna
a
say
damn.
Power's better than Star Trek?
Power-
But then again, Power has been on since 1945, and we're only in the third or fourth season.
Exactly.
As Sweet Mama says, why does Power wait so goddamn long to return?
Exactly.
I don't know.
Nobody knows.
Power ends and tells you we'll be back 2026.
Are we gonna watch it from this TV right here? Because I don't want my neck cracking from this TV right here.
No, we're gonna watch it in the other
watch it
room.
in the other studio.
Oh.
We have 2 studios
Yes,
now.
we do, ladies and gentlemen.
It's definitely
Excuse
hold up.
us.
Power
Excuse
is
me.
definitely better than Veronica Mars.
Okay, I can agree with that.
I don't know, yo. Power.
Come on.
I think that Power is a hood classic.
That's
I don't
all it
think-
is to me.
I don't think that
think
it
so.
reaches other genres. Like, I'm sorry, it's not like
I
a
kinda
drama.
agree.
I don't see them walking the red carpet like. Listen, like, no.
I agree with Angelica
I
Wood. She says
see-
Power season 2 was the best. That definitely was the best
Yes,
season.
it
And we're going
was.
into what, their 5th season now?
Yeah.
Season 1 and 2. I like both.
Yeah,
Yes,
both
it is.
season 1 and 2, but season 2 took it to another level.
Season
Absolutely.
3 was
Season
crap.
3 ran off a cliff.
Right.
And
Season
season
4
4, it's trending back upwards.
I
but
swear you, I only really watch it because of y'all.
Oh, wow.
excuse the hell out of us.
Oh, wow.
Let me find out we holding you
That's
hostage.
what I'm saying. Wow. Excuse us.
I only watch it
You're not
because of
impressed
y'all.
with Power. Yeah.
Power's definitely
You're not
better than
impressed with Power at all.
Beverly
No,
Hills.
like, I'll watch it with you guys because I like the commentary and I like doing it. But like season
Yo,
3,
wait a
Charles
minute.
says Power's the new Belly.
No,
I
don't
think it's
do
way
that.
better than Belly.
Well,
I love
Nas is
Belly.
acting, and the acting along with Power
I'm
is
going to
comparable.
Africa. I'm doing this. in
It's
Africa.
comparable.
I have to say it's way better than Beverly Hills 90210.
Only thing Ghost ain't
You're
saying nothing about
crazy.
going back to Africa yet.
Wait,
But once he
Did
does,
you just hear that disrespect?
what he said?
He said it's better than 90210.
Yo, shut your mouth anyway.
Well, okay. I don't know if we can follow through
The
that one.
saga with Dylan and Brenda, like.
Come on, sir.
No, can y'all please explain to me what the issue was between? I never watched the show. I never really understood it. All I know is that some guy used to perform with a guitar.
Oh my God, no.
What was
How do you talk to an angel guy?
Yes.
Yeah, how do you talk to an
That
angel?
is my song. That was my song.
How do you talk to an angel?
Yo, but here was the problem. So he dated Donna,
Okay.
Tori Spelling, right?
Oh my God.
But he used to whoop her ass on a show.
Yeah.
So in real life,
That's preach life.
yo, the
So
shit's get
domestic-
crazy. So
that's
in real
domestic
life,
violence, yes.
he's over here in real life. How do you talk to an angel? And the girls are booing him. You leave Donna alone. I hate you. All this wild shit. Dudes, guys, I'm only a character in the show. They're throwing tomatoes at him and all this wild shit.
Yeah.
And his career completely fell apart over this. Yo, he's watching the show, putting a thumbs down now as I'm speaking. Fuck you, Bino. Yo, but deadass, that's what happened.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
So he's a one-hit wonder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my. Didn't they play other?
Hit, you say literally, huh?
Was Blossom wasn't a drama? Because then they used to do the same thing with Blossom.
Blossom was a diner, really? A drama? Blossom?
Then they do no.
Blossom,
Well,
no.
no, Blossom was because didn't she get
a
pregnant
comedy.
or somebody got pregnant?
Ew, who touched Blossom?
Oh, I think Seven got pregnant. or
Seven
something.
probably got pregnant.
Really, on the show?
Yeah, I think
I
so.
don't
I think
remember that, but if
she
anybody
was
got pregnant, it
loose.
would've been
I just know that she was
She
loose.
was loose.
But anyway, one thing I remember about that too is that they used to play music like they had the new Joey Lawrence song.
Oh, God.
whoever said,
Listen,
Listen.
baby.
what?
Yeah.
No, that's
yeah.
Joey- that's
Nothing
Joey-
my love can fix. Yes, I remember
Wow,
that.
sing it.
Yeah, just chill.
Yo, Bino's
I
reference.
agree with Corinne. Orange is the New Black is one of my favorite dramas as
Oh,
well.
that's not on
Love
there.
it.
I haven't seen it.
I've seen it with Sweet Mama once.
Damn, Wentworth, you went back.
Wentworth.
I don't even know what that was.
I
Oh,
don't
her
know.
name was 6, not 7.
Moesha
Oh,
got
so-
pregnant, too? Moesha got pregnant?
No.
She did.
Not on Frank Mitchell's watch. What?
Hell no.
In real life, she was pregnant.
Was it by that Q from New York? That bad guy from New York?
That thug.
With his little bandana? God, he made me sick.
I've
I'm
never
so
seen.
glad I missed that era of Moesha.
Yo,
I
what?
never watched one episode.
Oh, okay, I was about to say, then you missed
Yeah.
the whole thing, because that was the era of Moesha.
Yeah,
Yo,
no.
American Crime
She was
Story.
sneaking in her
How they
bedroom.
put American Chrysler all the way at 34?
Wow, that was.
Is it
dope.
that good, really?
All right, we got a call. What's your name? Where you calling from?
This is 90210 Commission.
Oh,
Calling for
Lord.
Preach the Hater.
Oh God.
Jesus Christ.
What do you want, man?
What is wrong with you, man?
90210. Are you serious?
Yo, you good, son?
You mean to tell me you've seen Power, Charles?
Yeah, I've seen Power.
Okay, you wouldn't say Power is better than 90210?
Hell no.
Oh my God.
Yo, Power is good for now.
Yes.
Will it last the test of time?
Right.
Thank you. And that BS crack that you made about Star Trek. How dare you?
Oh Lord, here we
Oh,
go.
here come the Geek Patrol.
God, here we go. Oh Lord.
Here come the Geek Patrol.
Hey,
yes.
by the way, Star
best
Wars
employees
sucked. All right.
Boardwalk Empire is crazy, too.
I know that's gonna piss him off too. Hey,
know,
by
right?
the way, I heard that new Solo sucked too.
You know what?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. There you go.
What?
There you
Charles,
It's gonna
take
be
it
a
easy,
barrage
yo.
of tweets, damn it. It's gonna be a barrage of tweets out, man.
Oh
With
my
your
god,
name on it.
it's gonna be meme
Nah,
central. I
I'm
know.
just messing with you, man.
All right, Charles. Thanks for the call. We
Yo, all
appreciate
right.
it.
So where does Melrose Place fit into all of this? Because remember that was
Ooh.
attached to
It
90210
was,
and all
but I
that.
don't feel like it. I mean,
I don't know. Heather
remember
Locklear.
when that girl? Remember when the redhead was all burned? She took her wig off and it's like.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't remember an episode of that shit. I just
Oh,
remember like its
yeah.
impact
It
was
good.
crazy.
It was good.
Wow.
Well,
Corinne agrees with Charles. She says that's right, Charles.
Star Trek sucks. Babylon 5, that sucked. All that alien crap sucked.
oh, the alien. So you're not a fan of it?
No, I'm not a
You're
fan
not
of that.
at all, okay.
I never seen In Treatment. I always used to see it on HBO. I
He
never
looks
really
like
watched.
Pat Riley without the slick back hair.
It really does.
I never really got into that. No, yeah, obviously we discussed that already. Never saw this Hannibal.
Nah, I heard that was garbage.
That was on NBC. I don't remember that.
Nah, I heard it
Hannibal was
didn't
good.
like it at all. That
You-
Hannibal
really?
movie. The movie.
So you watched that, but you never
No,
watched,
you watched the series?
Power?
You watched the
Before
series
us?
or the movie?
Judge someone who cares.
Wait, hold up.
Oh,
You watched the movie or the series?
The series.
Yo,
Really?
You find out a lot about people when you ask them what they watch. Like she really sat here. I only watch it because of y'all.
Well, I know.
So she be miserable here as we're watching
Yeah,
it.
that's
That's pretty much it.
When is that
So
hour
wait a
over?
minute. So can we get something cleared up right now? So moving forward, when the new season comes out, you're not gonna be
watch it.
you're not gonna be participating
I'm
with
a
us.
team. I'm a team player. Yes. 'Cause
She's doing it for the
Yeah,
team.
but I don't
told
want
you I only watched
being
it because of
the
y'all. I happen to like it now, but season 3,
She's the
if you
sacrificial lamb.
left me to my own devices after season 3, I wouldn't have watched it again.
So season 3 is what took you out of the.
Yeah, it took me out of the fold. I watched
Wait.
it.
Now, Crystal, did you watch season 1 and 2?
Yes, I did watch season 1 and 2.
Well, to be fair,
My
she did say
boyfriend
that.
liked Power, so I tried to watch.
Oh, you watched it
something
because
with
of him?
Yo,
Yes.
but we definitely need to watch it again because I don't know who the hell's who. And
Yeah,
I
me
forgot
neither.
what the hell happened.
Yeah,
It took about
I
10
I
years
remember the
for it to
damn
happen.
daughter got killed. That's all I remember.
So next week should we do? Oh no, next week is Father's Day. We need to do a recap maybe the week after that, right before.
Because it
Like,
starts
binge watch.
July 1st,
Yeah,
right?
next
Yeah.
year is going to start in September.
They got the nerve.
Yeah,
They're
I'm
pushing
telling
it
you.
back further and
Then it's
further.
going to wait 2 years before another one comes in. Yeah.
It's taking forever.
We're gonna be
in the 40s.
retired by the time season 10 comes.
By the time the show ends, exactly.
All right. Sunday morning breakfast. Call us up 516, except for Charles. Don't call me. 516-900-2278. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have news of the weird. Sunday morning breakfast. All right, Sunday morning breakfast. Call us at 516-900-2278. It is now time for the sit down. Oh, no, I'm not. Let's do sit down segment. Time for news of the weird. Now, I always hope, God forbid, the day I die, I hope I get remembered in a a good light. I don't want to be disrespected. I hope people remember me as a good person, somebody who was ashy, somebody who.
If y'all saw what we saw today.
Those elbows this morning, boy. What?
As all in all, just a nice guy. But apparently this woman who passed away, her son decided to write her obituary and didn't have nice things to say about her. But, you mind reading that obituary for us?
Sure. The lovely young lady is Kathleen Demlow. Okay. Kathleen Demlow was born on March 19th, 1938 to Joseph and Gertrude Skunk of Wabasso, wherever the hell that is. Okay. Anyway, she married Dennis Demlow at St. Anne's in Wabasso in 1957 and had 2 children, Gina and Jay.
Oh, that's nice. Cool.
That's beautiful. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
In 1962, she became pregnant by her husband's brother, Lim Demlow, and moved to California. She abandoned her children, Gina and Jay, who were then raised by her parents in Clements, Mr. and Mrs. Joseph Shunk. She passed away May 13, 2018 in Springfield. May 31st, 2018 in Springfield, and will now face judgment. She will not be missed by Gina and Jay, and they understand that this world is a better place without her. Well.
Wow. This is worse when Tisha Campbell was on a different world and she wrote her own obituary.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy, by the way.
I died of HIV/AIDS.
Yes. For those who didn't get a chance to see such an episode.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Yes, Sweet Mama says keep it real. That indeed.
She was 80 years old. Yeah, I didn't know. Grudges. The obituary revealed that Demlow became pregnant by her husband, younger brother, and abandoned her younger children to start a new life in Lyle Demlow in California.
With her brother-in-law.
That's crazy. The notice declares she will now face judgment. This is the world a better place. The son, who changed his name to J. Demlow to distance himself from his past, told the London Daily Mail that he wrote this stinging send-off to help himself and his sister. We wanted to finally get the last word.
Jesus, let me get this straight. She moved from London to Cali?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some serious abandonment. I thought Wabasso was the next town over. She moved from... Good God.
The 58-year-old Demlow, who lives in Cleveland, in a Cleveland suburb, told the Daily Mail that the tone was Gina's idea.
I hate Erica. Erica O'Neill says Drake needs to get at these kids to write his clap back.
Oh, come on.
She ain't lying, though.
That ain't right.
Nah, they kind of took the gloves off, yo. The only thing worse is if they went to the funeral and opened the casket and punched this woman in her face.
Or read that at her funeral.
Yo, exactly. Did the obituary at the funeral. Did a damn eulogy. Wow.
The Redwood Falls Gazette, I guess this is where it was published the obituary as J. Demlow wrote it, but it was pulled from the newspaper's website and from the widely read legacy.com on Tuesday.
Because the guy who stole her from his brother complained.
Hey, man, that's not cool.
I would have loved to have seen his face reading this.
Read that and said accept.
Yo, it'd have been me. I'd have been reading it. Yes. I couldn't send it fast enough.
It would have been front page. Jay Demlow said most people have no idea what we went through, and back then nobody talked about anything.
But do you imagine being one of her friends like, oh, I heard Margaret died. And you go and you read
that
obituary.
Right.
What?
Shame.
Yo, you spitting your coffee out?
While not sharing specifics with the Daily Mail, Demlow described living in a dysfunctional family as a child and became shuttled about his sister until maternal grandparents Joseph and Gertrude Shunk took them in.
When your uncle is now your damn stepdaddy, yes.
Your gunkle.
Yes, exactly.
When Joseph,
what do I call you?
Your dunkle. Your dad.
Uncle Dad, damn it. Show me some respect.
Uncle Dad.
Hey, dunkle.
When Joseph Shunk died in 1981, Jay Demlow said he was annoyed that he wasn't mentioned in his grandfather's obituary. A small inheritance for Jay and Gina from their grandfather's death also played into the ill will. Demlow told the Daily Mail. Later in life, Jay Demlow learned he had 2 half-brothers via Kathleen and Lyle Demlow, leaving him to stew over having a great life in California with her other kids.
You know what makes me mad? When people feel like they're entitled to inheritance. Like, your grandfather didn't leave anything and now you're mad. Like,
Right.
I just feel like that's something that somebody chooses to leave you. They don't have to leave you anything.
I'm more mad at the
woman
brother stealing the brother's wife there.
Yeah, I'm more mad.
I'm a little
at the
more
woman.
angry about that. We can
I'm
deal
more
with
ma-
inheritance
I'm
later.
More mad at the mom. Like she's a bitch. Like, what are you doing?
You can't go outside the family.
Right.
You at Thanksgiving scheming.
Right.
You could pass more than them potatoes, baby. Like, are you serious?
We didn't have so
You're
much.
an idiot.
We didn't have.
Yeah,
so
I'm
much
the one that's crazy. Yeah.
As a card from her, I remember she came home twice, and on one occasion, she was showing pictures of her and her kids playing cards, drinking beers. Gina and I were standing in the room, just standing there, and she didn't even acknowledge us. It's like we didn't exist. That's your own kids.
Yeah, but the shame of creeping with the brother's probably heavy to bear here. I would assume.
mean, you basically gave birth to 2 kids and then essentially disowned them, and you don't even acknowledge them
for love, yes.
And not only love, but
went around the globe.
Hey, well, listen, she didn't have to change her last name.
Wow.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. That way, it's easier to send the forwarding the mail there from London to California.
So the news editor of the Springville Advance Press said, it seemed quite vindictive. We're a small town and would have hurt a lot of relatives and friends. We need to be more civil. I have no problem.
Don't. Your mother dropped you like a hot potato.
Absolutely. I agree
bets
with you.
is off.
Man, listen, I'd have published it. It'd have been on the front page of the paper messing around with me.
But her
It would have been on a billboard. Here you go.
But
Let
her
me run the damn
newspaper
Gazette.
will not cover the to-do. It's just so complicated. There are just a lot of unanswered questions. We don't know what we would say.
Yo, they've got her picture all next to it, too.
I know, right? They have
How much extra does it cost to put a picture on here? $50?
They have arrows. They have arrows all around her face.
can't, man.
This bitch.
Oh, my God.
Don't
Nah,
ever
she
let
deserves
me
that.
put it
Listen,
open to
listen. I've seen some petty. That's quite petty.
It is
That's
petty.
Is that petty ink?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, man, without a doubt.
Indeed.
Without,
This got my writing all over it. Indeed. Yeah. Good for her.
Well, yeah, but she deserves it. I think, when you
Yeah, it's
abandon-
not like she does not deserve it.
Right.
Like, I mean, it
But
is
I
what it
feel
is.
like I want to know more. Like, I have questions.
What else do you need to know?
Here we go with
I
the
need
questions.
I need to know.
Oh, here we go,
Did
an
they
investigative
confront her
reporter.
mother?
If they do a movie about it, you cannot watch it. Okay?
I have questions. Like,
What questions
I need
do
to
you
know.
have?
I want to know, do they confront their mother and give her the business before she passed?
Probably not.
I don't think so. If they're this angry in the damn obituary,
That's
they probably didn't
whack.
speak to her.
That's why.
They probably never got a chance to tell her what a lowlife she was.
Right.
Until now. It is what it is.
And she is a
Centuries
lowlife.
later.
Yeah, she's a lowlife.
Yeah.
She was a lowlife.
That's scumbaggery.
God bless the dead.
Yeah, she was 80 years old.
You hear that? We wanted to get the last word.
That's that.
This
that
seems to be the
is-
first and last
Listen,
word.
listen.
Wow.
That is shady.
Yo.
She deserves everything she got. I'm sorry. But, you treat your kids like that, and then not only that, you treat your husband like that and sleep with his brother, and then leave with his brother.
And
to
marry
have-
his brother.
And then have 2 more kids.
Can you imagine?
So not only
They're not cousins. They're not even cousins.
They're
They're
brother cousins.
they're brother cousins.
Oh.
Wow.
Ooh.
That's my cousin and my
My brother.
my sister or my brother.
Can you imagine the conversation between the brothers? They're at the family reunion playing basketball. I got the last shot. I got your wife. Like, can you imagine?
I mean, that's probably the only thing more I would want to know about is the relationship between the 2 brothers, if there was any
There
at all
probably
afterwards.
was none. How do you leave?
Yeah, there's no coming back
Your
from
wife
that.
left you for your younger brother.
Oh, younger brother, that.
That's a big piece.
So he
That's
got a
piece of history,
cougar.
bro.
He has a cougar, and you got these 2 kids.
Yeah, you got left with the kids.
Yo, that sibling rivalry is no joke, yo.
No, it isn't at all.
Why do you think it's taking me so long to get Maury and them to round up my brothers and sisters I never met? Please, yo. I want nothing to do with that stress, dude.
No, that's
But you
bad.
got brothers and sisters out there?
Yeah, well, Daddy was a Rolling Stone. I just never met him.
Papa was a Rolling
One of
Stone.
them the Henrys?
I believe so.
Oh, wait a minute. It's about to get interested in there.
No, but stick to the story that you used to.
Crystal has questions, yes.
Stay at the God's business, please.
Crystal has questions, yes.
You know I got questions.
Y'all gonna turn on the TV one day and see me with my own. Daddy left us alone.
The day you want more, y'all can cash in on my
And
life.
when he
insurance. Done. They need to kick Maury off and let me do the interview.
Hell, yo, it'll be 2 hours of you asking questions.
So you
As we
telling
try
me-
to speak, she'll answer the questions for her.
You
No,
guys lived in the same building for 17 years.
I'm not with
Never
it. No,
knew.
no.
You know I still got questions.
Yes, she definitely does.
Yes, sweet mama. Yes, mixed brothers and sisters. One of them was a white woman. Yeah, daddy out here wilding. Yes.
Wait.
Wasn't your father a
You need
Black
to tell me.
Yes, my father's a Black Panther, and one of them was a white woman.
And his way of getting back to the man.
Yo, they say the most blackest thing my father dealt with was my African mother. Other than that, it was nothing but light-skinned women and white women.
And
I have
mayonnaise.
a half white brother. Apparently, his name is Theo, like the damn Huxley.
Yo, we have to do investigation.
Where to go?
Now I'm on Crystal's
dead
side
ass,
right now.
I'm dead ass, yo.
No, I got questions.
I ain't
What
lying
does
to
he
you.
look like? Does he look like a light skin?
I'm about to say he probably look like me, but with light skin
Is
and
he
Albie short hair.
light-skinned?
I have no idea.
So
You
light
think
skin.
he
I never
got-
met a
you
light
think
skin
he
Chris
got the
Tucker.
light skin sideburns? You know what they do?
With the
on
Albie
Dabber?
shores and the baby
goatee
hair?
with
What is
that
he,
little thing
genuine?
right
I don't know. But point is,
I want to know if they dress like you.
does he dress like
They
me?
have the same same swag.
I have no idea if he has the
Can you
same style.
imagine a light skinned Beano walking in the door? I would
Yo,
die.
right now,
You probably couldn't tell him shit.
die.
Let's be honest with you.
There's a light skinned dude. Oh,
He's referring to me as the
Can
ugly
you
one.
imagine if he got his eyebrows threaded?
Yo.
Hey, he's my brother, not sister, first of all. Two,
No, you
I don't know.
Light skinned people are extra.
They are.
They.
I'm extra and I'm black as hell. I don't know.
Wow.
I don't
How
know.
old is he?
I'm the youngest.
Yes, lady. Yes.
Allegedly.
All you have questions.
You're
All you have
Yo,
questions.
the whole thread has
The whole
questions.
thread has questions.
Sweet
The whole thread can kiss my damn ass.
Sweet mama asked you out. Sweet mama was like, they're mixed brothers.
Yeah, she did have to bring that up. I gotta start telling her the show's filmed another time or some shit because she on my goddamn nerves.
You make her sign a contract
Okay,
agreement.
the show starts at 12:30. Sweet sauce. You can listen in then.
Confidentiality clause.
Yo.
So you have mixed sisters too?
I have no.
I have half brothers. I have brothers as well.
Qu'est-ce que c'est, really?
Yeah.
No,
Your father as well?
Yeah, he was a
I
piece
have
of shit though. So,
Oh,
yeah.
there you
My
go.
daddy
You
was
have
the
half
only one that wasn't a roller
Shoot, I have a half sister my damn self too.
No.
I mean, no disrespect,
No,
y'all
I'm not
Haitian.
playing.
Happy
Yeah,
Father's
yes,
Day,
yes.
everybody.
Man, I was about to say, Haitian Father's Day takes a real meaning
Yeah, it really does.
from your regular family and the family outside of your family.
My father said that he was giving but one person his life insurance money and it wasn't gonna be
Yo,
nobody
Trini Mon
else.
says my brother got a true mustache. Trini, man, fuck yourself. That's why nobody invites you to parties. You're not invited to that Maury get-together, Trini Mon. Take that. But Trini Pup surely can come.
Yeah, definitely. Yes.
Yes.
It's all decked out.
Wow. Yeah. So basically, 3 out of 4 dads in this room were Rolling Stones.
Yes, exactly.
My daddy
Oh,
was not
you couldn't tell
playing
my father he wasn't Shaft. Like, please, it is what it is. You can tell him that, yo. My father was a soul brother like a motherfucker, yo. Type of dude to smoke and eat at the same time type of dude. Like,
Yo, who does that?
what? He putting the damn ashes out on the steak. Like, my father was crazy.
And you say the blackest thing your father ever had was your mother?
Dead ass.
Wow.
Black
Yo,
Panther on top of that too.
The whole thread has
Yes.
answers, yo.
I ain't even finna put his business out there in the street, but I seen some shit as a kid. I'm gonna just leave it at that, yo. What? I'd be a whole different Beano if he ain't died when I was 12. B. I'm telling you right now, B. I'd be oh my God, I'd be unbearable.
Wow.
Man, crazy.
And your mother, your African mother didn't try to put him.
I don't know how she got with that dude. I sit and look at her like, this, what the fuck? Like, I don't know how she did it.
Wow.
Man.
I think your middle name Butch. I love it.
Yeah.
I love
The
it.
history of being
I don't even. There's so much. I mean, there's so much that we haven't learned
When
about
you think
Beano.
you know.
Like right now,
More
somebody,
you know.
a light skinned, tall, big dude is in Dunkin'
I'm going to be
Donuts
searching for
ordering that
this
coffee.
person. I'm
Look,
telling you
gonna
right
look
now.
on Facebook today.
I'm going through Ancestry.com. I'm
Yo,
going to go
what?
on social media.
Yo, I'm gonna sit here next week and there's some random dude in the chair next to me.
Saying Jordan's on.
By the way, we're looking at each other,
Oh,
touching
man.
each other's
It's
faces and
gonna be
shit.
an episode
Oh, can of
Family
worms just open,
Matters.
boy. I tell you, we all going to be investigated. Crystal, let's tag team on this one and be on the investigation
Whoa,
scene.
whoa.
I need to. I have questions. You know I got questions.
The voices, your
I
tag
just.
teams
I
are
hope his
different.
last
bro.
name is Henry, so he's fine.
Yo, I don't know. Yo, I don't know.
Oh, I love Preach.
I think I have 2 sisters and 1 brother, from what I know. But the thing is, everyone on my father's side that would know this information has passed. Literally, my last cousin that would know this passed last year. And I tried to ask her before, and she was being real funny about it. Like, oh, well, you know. I'm like, listen, answer the question or not. You know what I mean? I was sitting here, I had the notepad, I was ready, you know what I mean? Because you get to a point in life where you're like, yo, let me find these people.
yeah.
Thank God I don't
Especially
date, because if I'm dating, you know what I mean, you want to make sure you ain't bumping into your family here. So,
I heard a lot of
Now that
stories
weirdo
of
shit happens.
people sleeping with their cousins. A
That's
lot of
in the
people.
Caribbean, especially, isn't it?
Especially in the
and
Caribbean.
that widow shit happens. So, you know, again, I try to find out, but so I don't know what to do now as far as that goes. But like I said, if I get interested enough,
I'm
doing
interested
talk
for
show
you.
shit.
Don't worry, Bino. Your brothers are in here with you right now.
Yes.
I don't know about Crystal, but your brothers are in with you.
Yo, what is this? The end of Boys in the Hood? You still got one brother left, Bino.
And then I disappear.
All right. Preach didn't make it to next week's episode. You disappeared to thin air. Yeah.
Wow.
Thanos shook his head. It's over. It's a wrap.
You know, I'm not feeling very
I
good
don't feel good, Bino.
You're gonna start disappearing like the people
in life. When everyone started dying off in life.
Yes.
What was
Crystal
it?
never saw that, so yeah, we gotta.
Yeah.
Crystal,
No,
give us your reference. Go ahead.
I did.
Yeah,
What
go-
you call it? When the people started disappearing, the characters.
Oh my God.
Thanos.
Yeah,
That
That's what we just said.
Wow.
Oh no, you said life.
I don't even think you watched this show.
I know, right? Crystal don't be. She pays as much attention to us as she do Power. The guy with the nice suits that owns the club. Yeah, he killed everybody. Next.
You're on the show. We just said Thanos.
The white guy that cancels Christmas. Yeah, whatever.
She says, "Oh, what about that movie?
The gay drug lord that killed the puppy. Yes.
Yo, you ever saw Pootie Tang?
Yeah, I know, right?
Remember the guy that
hate
repeated
that
every?
movie.
Remember the guy that repeated
Tang,
every?
Pootie
Yeah,
Tang,
you know
I
what?
hate
It is
that
hot. Woo! It's hot out here. The
Yo, if
temperature's
I know we were
Yeah,
going to
it
be
is
talking
hot.
about my family business, y'all, I'd have stayed in bed this morning. Yo,
I'm just
please,
telling
yo.
you, man. You just got us
Oh
entertained,
my
man.
God! I don't know what's been happening.
You never know where the show is gonna go.
I'm telling you, we've known this guy for how long, and we just now found this out after
I
like
just
What is this
No,
supposed to be a
4
regular
decades.
conversation?
How long since I was 9? You were
3
10, right?
decades.
Yo, chill. 3 decades.
Chill out. It ain't
Please,
3
yo.
decades
It's
yet.
exactly, yo. Please.
So what we're
I
gonna?
never forget the first time I met Voice. All you saw was ears.
Yes.
Yeah, yo. Thank God for them dreads, B.
Yes. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Them
definitely.
shits on the side of your head,
Yeah,
boys,
no,
yo.
they were pretty bad. Yeah.
Word,
Pretty
they
bad.
still are. You just got them dreads to.
Yeah, man. I took,
Still?
And headphones.
Oh yeah.
What?
Barely staying on
Yeah,
right
for
now.
real, for real.
Let's just say my hair.
Ashy Larry,
Yes.
stay back there and don't say nothing. Because
My
I saw
goodness.
you this morning.
Hey, that the ashiness I could fix.
I have Agamemnon.
You didn't want to.
I got
I didn't want
Agamemnon.
to because I was working. I'm out here, man, and I took a shower, didn't put the lotion on before I left. So it happens sometimes. I'm a true Haitian through and through.
I'll give you some Coco McBomb, son.
Coco McWhat?
Courtesy of Agamemnon.
Yeah, on to
You can
sports.
keep that. Yes.
On to sports. And now time for the weather. So, all right, it's already 11:55. Let's do our shout outs because, man, I don't know what's been happening with the past few shows.
We haven't gotten to our loser of the week.
Oh, we already talked about them all this morning.
I think it's whoever Bino's brother is.
I want to shout out to that semi-nude picture.
You leave Theo Henry alone.
I'm gonna start looking at him on Facebook if Charles isn't already.
Yo, we
I
are
need
serious.
to shout out Jay-Z and Beyonce with that semi-nude picture.
What
Oh,
in
no,
the
let me
world
I'm
was
gonna pull
that?
it up. I'm gonna pull it
That
up.
was a very.
That was a bad look, B.
That
All
was
right,
a
let me
very
pull that up
interesting
before we
picture.
get out of here. Yeah, let me pull that up before we get out of here.
Safe to say that somebody's coming out soon, or
Jay.
I have it right here.
Bro.
Oh man, somebody's coming out soon. I'm sorry.
Nah, he got it.
Shout out to the ecstasy that's being popped in the studio
Yeah, exactly,
next door.
yo.
Yo, they're not playing at all, boy.
Let me see if I can
I
find that
think he
picture.
took it off the net. He probably did. He ain't gonna find it, B.
Yeah, they might have taken
I
that. They might
think
have
he
got
took
rid
it
of
off.
Yeah, Jay demanded it.
What? Wow.
No.
Yeah, they took it off, B.
Oh, seriously. Oh, let's just go right here to Instagram where I posted it yesterday and get you squared away.
Let's just see if you're gonna see an
I
X.
was about to say, let's see if he's that powerful.
Oh man.
Let me go to Twitter. Twitter.
Why don't you
definitely
put
have it.
bed pick?
Yo, you want me to send it to you?
Nah, let me. I'll put in bed pick. I'll do that. That's
It is terrible. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, I appreciate the love that they share for each other. But,
Yo.
I mean, the way that picture was produced. Oh,
There you go.
you
Right
go.
there you go.
Where is it?
Right there.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Jesus fucking Christ! Close the door.
No, there's a better one than that. Y'all are bugging out.
Yeah, there's a better one.
Oh, the one where he's laying, you can actually see
And
the
he's
chest
looking.
out.
This one,
Yeah.
this one is a better one than that.
Yeah. But they can't see it right now. You got this up.
Oh.
Yeah, so they
Oh, here it
definitely.
is. There you go.
No.
Nah, that's not it.
Not it.
I know the other one you're talking about, but there's this one, and the one where he's under her. You mean?
Yeah.
When they're
There you go.
Ah, boom,
Yes.
boom. There you go.
Oh man,
Yo,
that's a
Jay's
disturbing
face
thing.
alone, yo. Let's not even bother the chest for a minute, yo. His face alone in this.
Listen, if you get to lay down next to Beyonce, man, you know.
Yeah, I get it, yo. But why you gotta share this with the world? Nobody was trying to see this.
I don't know what they were thinking with this one. Jason, you're smart in this, B. Why would you even allow yourself to even succumb to this foolism?
I love it.
You love it?
I'm good, yo.
Wow.
I love the love. I don't like the picture.
Erica says Jay and his dad bod glory. You ain't lying.
They said Beyonce trying to turn Jay into a sex symbol.
Nah,
that is never going to happen.
We're good.
That is never happening.
At this point in his life.
Nah, yeah, we're good with that.
When he was rough in his prime. At this point in his life, really.
That is never.
He's almost 50, yo. Leave it alone.
You just let him be him, man.
Yo,
like
but you could be
this
you.
Is not him.
The rest of the world don't gotta witness
this. Ain't him. I don't know what this is. This is not him.
This is him being in love with his wife, trying to make up for the fact that he cheated.
It gotta be.
Whatever.
Oh yeah, you know what? That's a good
I don't
point.
think he can say no at this point to anything she say.
If that's the case, then Beyonce has quite more power than we expected.
Well, yo, if that's the case, they're even now. Okay,
yeah, even. She got more power. She got more power.
Babe, leave it alone now.
To get
right?
Jay to succumb to something like this.
Wait, now this picture's nice though. This,
yeah, because you don't see much. You see
you
goods.
like, yo, and what's with his boycotting of the barbershop? What is all this? Like,
listen,
sometimes he does it for a
he's
while.
almost-
he just ain't got no right, B. I'm
he's
sorry.
he's almost worth $1 billion. I don't think like.
Yo, but B, like,
if he wants to
seriously,
take naked pictures,
word,
of
like,
oh, seriously,
the public has a right.
So
to
why Bill Gates ain't doing this thing?
Exactly.
If this is a billionaire thing, why Bill Gates ain't with his whiz?
Oh, just you wait.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Just
gosh.
you
Just you wait. Yes,
that.
it's gonna be on top of a Microsoft computer naked tomorrow. Like, get the hell out of here. So, seriously, Jay needs to stop.
Yeah, I mean, that's
So,
a nice shot though.
Buddha says if he wants to make up for cheating, please hit the gym.
Wow.
He need to do more than hit the gym. Let me leave Jay. Jay, my man, yo. I'm just grateful him and Nas ain't going back and forth, yo. Because Ether Part 2 would be crazy.
Yeah,
the Summer Jam screen alone would be bananas, yo. Please.
I just hope that there's not gonna be no rapper that's gonna try to attack this. Oh man, I'm just waiting for it.
All right, man. Let's get up out of here because this. Do I even need to play the outro music since this music?
Yeah, we can just play the music from next door.
We can just open the door right about now.
Voice, yo, set off these shout-outs,
Definitely.
please.
So shout outs to the House Hunter, Miss Barbie, Mom Pops. Shout outs to Oceanside. Shout outs to Mr. Trini Mon and Trini Pup about to be pretty soon. Yeah, that's all I got. Oh, all the birthdays this week too, but I'm not. It's too much to mention. So shout out to all you guys. You know who you are. That's it.
Shout out.
Yo, shout out to a nap.
I'm tired.
I don't know if I have shout outs.
5 o'clock in the morning. I just want to shout out to all our listeners and to Big Zaddy. I love you.
Wow.
Oh God. All right.
Yes.
Where's the Bible?
Yeah, exactly. Shout out to Sweet Mama. What Crystal did for Big Zaddy without me making kissing noise over the.
Right.
Where's her music?
Oh my bad.
Yeah, there. Please.
Respect
Yes,
that.
yes. Well, shout out to everybody else. Oh, yo, shout out to Puerto Ricans in the city today. Today's their day. It's gonna be wild today in New York City, yo. So shout out to the Puerto Ricans in the Puerto Rican parade.
They've been well behaved ever since that infamous year.
To be fair, yes.
Yeah. I remember that year was.
That was 18 years ago, right?
We used to go there so deep because we knew it was trouble. Bro, gosh, it was so much fun back in the day.
So much of our friends got in trouble.
It was so much fun, but if you want to see gangs in New York City, go to the Puerto Rican parade. You would think you want to set of the Warriors. Go to the Puerto Rican parade.
But I feel like after that, it's rained after that. They used to have perfect weather.
What?
It used to be, the stores used to be open, so you used to go inside the store.
Yeah, but now them stores on Fifth Avenue, they will board up their stores like a hurricane's coming during the Puerto Rican parade. St. Patrick's Day parade, cool.
Yeah.
Puerto Rican Day parade, what? Everything's boarded up.
Everybody becomes that real estate agent.
Yes.
Puerto Ricans are very
Nah,
proud.
but we know you Boricua's going wild out today, so yeah, have
shout
a
out
good
to
time.
them. Also, too, not for nothing, shout out to the Pride Parade as well, too. Y'all gotta be doing some big things as well. All right.
Wait, what a buzzkill.
No, we gotta shout him out. We gotta give him love too. Listen,
we don't have to if you want to. That's fine.
Definitely.
We don't have to.
Shout outs to them. Yes. I will give them
because they shout out Black History Month, right?
Oh,
exactly.
Okay.
Anyway, go ahead.
Wow.
And Puerto Ricans do.
Good point.
They don't. Some do.
Oh, okay.
Good point.
But I didn't say we had to shout them out. I just happened to. You know what I mean?
Well,
There's a difference.
Yes.
Awkward thing in the world.
Yo, what?
No. I gotta shout them out.
All this action, let's bring it down a notch.
Wouldn't it be crazy if Bizarro Bino was like he's into All Lives Matter and shit? Like he's the total opposite.
I'm mad Theo is Bizarro Bino. Yes.
Like
he's doing a show right now as we speak, shouting out the Pride Parade.
Oh my God! Today's the first day that Big Zaddy commented.
Wow.
Oh, is that him? Ha Sharif?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Shout outs to you, sir.
Well, welcome, bro.
very
back to
entertaining
the
episodes.
awkward
Yes, he's
conversation about
definitely
Pride.
giving us
The Pride
another
Parade.
entertaining episode. Yes.
No, you know what? He's right. Shout out to everybody in Pride,
Yes.
and have a great day. And
Shout out to the people next door with this club music.
Yes. They've got a lot of pride themselves too.
Yeah, you can tell with the music.
B, I'm about to Black Dynamite that. I'm about to kick the shit out that door. Yo. Like, they don't need the damn door anyway.
No, we probably have to watch ourselves before we get kicked out of another
Apparently,
building.
the whole wing has to hear what's going on in their room.
Pretty sure we're gonna set up for another building to be moved in, or
yeah, we gotta move.
Gotta move again.
Oh God.
You gotta move to some damn chamber or some shit. Like, this is, I mean,
IU will be waiting outside
what?
in 5-4.
Yes.
God, man. Yeah. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to family. Shout out to viewers, man. We appreciate the thread. Yeah. Shout out to Bizarro Bino out there, wherever you are.
Trini mind laughing. Bizarro Bino.
C.O.B.
Yeah, man. Sunday morning
I
breakfast.
swear to God, if next week there's some weirdo sitting here that looks like me, I'm just getting. I swear to you, just headphones out and walking around. Yo, no words.
He's
man.
gonna have that gold.
No
He
words,
can
yo.
look like Sinbad.
it's gonna look like a light-skinned
He's
Chris
older
Tucker.
than you, right?
Yes.
Get a do-rag, a New York
Yes.
fitted, a
He's
red
gonna
colored
have the same
Tim.
goatee.
Hardly any facial hair.
Yeah.
Yep. A big watch.
Denim jacket, and
Some
we
fresh,
good.
some fresh Tims.
Probably a New York Knicks fan.
Yo, you ever seen that Spider-Man meme?
Oh, were they pointing at each other? Yo, again, if I know my family would be mocked on air, okay? I'd have ignored Preach when he was told me he was on his way over. I'm on my way. Fuck yourself. Which is what I should have done today, apparently.
Sunday morning because we're out of here. Peace.